military, who will
And-
be.
and- and-
So in short, he's saying it was
all of that. So
rigged.
it was pre-arranged. All right.
What's your reliance to that, Mr. Jackson? What is your reliance to that? What's your reliance to that as a legal person?
Well, we have a living human being who have bear testimony to the fact that the convention was.
Job Gabriel had to go see to the main store.
Oh, so the man wanted for you to go steal from the web post store.
Yeah. He said, I'm on join to go see to the web main store to they get money into the store that will go take it from there. I said, my man, how many bars for the same leisure?
And how can the people catch you now?
The people before the man call me back. Now on the 18th, they more.
The same man now.
Yeah, the same man.
The same man who want for you to go steal.
Yeah, he called me on the 18th.
Yeah.
Now in around about 8:30, the man called me. He said, "Oh, my man, I let you be and call you back again."
That time you go to work?
I go to work.
You live for a working place.
To Clarence to now go to the man.
To go steal now?
No, I'm not go steal. I'm not go steal. I go to yeah. How you question me, man? The thing you want for me to explain for you to understand, then you still questioning me, doubling the question. How many talk clear now?
Okay, let's go now. I beg you, sorry.
I say,
when they call you in the net now.
When the man call me in the net,
yeah.
He asked me, say, how many of you are working to the area? I say, we are 3.
You told the message you're 3.
Yeah. So he said, I want to give you tea to carry to
the message you want to give you what tea?
Tea. Hot milk tea.
Oh, milk tea?
Yeah.
For you to drink?
With bread.
The bread.
3 pieces of real bread.
With egg inside?
With egg inside my egg. So when I carry it to the man, say carry it to the man. When you give it to the man, then you must come back to the car.
So the food man give you now, you carry it now, so you can go convince your friend now.
Yeah, when I give it to the man, the man say thank you. I say okay. The man say, oh, where you going now? I say, oh, I'm going right. So one of my friends called me.
And the same man you going to now?
Yeah, the same man.
The man tell you say he want for you to go steal.
No, yeah. So when I go to the man, he say clean the car. Then they are 2 now.
In
a G. Then they are 2.
A big G-bo?
Yeah. Black BG. Photo G. Yeah. So when I clean the car now,
air condition all inside.
No, Papa, you can't wait for me to spin now. I'll leave the water now. You can judge people.
I just asking you a question, sorry.
You can judge people that can come here.
No, I'm a journalist. I beg you, sorry.
The way you talk in the question, can I say when I move from here, I'll free? Can I say when I move from here, I'll free? You say I want to idea. I wanted to mean who talk clear to you, but you double in the question. Hi, not looking, hi, you looking, hi, looking. Then you want force and no more word again. Why not be looking to the top? I'm not going to again. And said they call me to the office. I go explain.
I think you explain to me that you come to get paid. You say you carry tea to the man. After you carry tea to the man, and you come. So what next now?
And for me, I will not there.
Nobody, you getting very. You say asking you too much question. Hey, that's me. Things say make your egg and bread. You bring it. Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Okay, sorry.
If you
I will not ask you the question again. Okay, sorry.
When I give you answer now, then you.
Okay. Explain again. I'm not asking you no more question again. Okay, let's go ahead now.
Go to school. The English say I need the English.
Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Sorry.
Say Adi, you take time. You take time.
I'm taking time. Okay, sorry. Okay.
Say I can take time
to explain.
Okay.
Yesterday on being observed medically, because Keseley was shot in the leg when he had exchanged, with our anti-robbery officers. He was shot on his knee. So he's undergoing some medical checkup so that we don't send the court, because usually when we send these suspects to court, their medical conditions matter. If their medical conditions are not so very good, the court do not accept them. So he's undergoing some medical examination, after which he will be forwarded to court.
Let me ask you, Moses, what is the degree of the injury he sustained at the time?
Well, it's serious. It's serious, very, very serious. And so he was treated by the JFK hospital and discharged because we needed to go ahead with the investigation. So, but his medical condition has not really improved. However,
What has the police gathered so far so good as it stands in terms of the investigation?
The cost Lauren lays in along the boulevard around the new ministerial complex. That house was constructed for her by her former partner, Mr. Cyril Ali, during the NPP days when corruption was flourishing in the country. So she has zero record on fighting corruption. Then you come to my friend Dylan. Dylan is an indecent opportunist and a dishonest charlatan.
But Anthony Jackson,
did I hear you say
dangerous hypocrite? This man at the boulevard around the new ministerial complex. That house was constructed for her by her former partner, Mr. Cyril Ali, during the NPP days when corruption was flourishing in the country. So she has zero record on fighting corruption. Then you come to my friend Dylan. Dylan is an indecent opportunist and a dishonest charlatan.
But Anthony Jackson,
did I hear you say
dangerous hypocrite? This man here will not serve Liberia well. Today, as we speak, Dylan, who was talking blah 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 blah. What did you hear about him? Abbottier, Senator Abbottier, he said, hey man, yeah, he almost a political Pharisee. He's a hypocrite. In the day, he telling me I corrupt. In the night, he crawling on his belly, pathetically begging me for him out.
I like
it. Dylan to issue any.
I like it.
The greatest gift that we all wish for every morning is to get up safe and sound in our right minds, preparing ourselves for the day's activities. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Breeze right here on ABC Radio 105.1. And on the internet via Facebook and YouTube on ABC Radio 105.1 official, and via the Radio King app. That's RADOKING. Download that app on Apple Store or on Play Store and search for ABC Radio and get us loud and clear. Good morning, whatever you are this morning. My name is Fidel Saydee, your usual host, and it's great to be here this morning. I hope you had a pleasant night and preparing yourself for your day's activities. Yeah, well, I've enjoyed the early morning breeze, and I hope you did. And it's about to blow on your radio. And so there's a lineup this morning that we have for you. Of course, our motivational quote, our proverbs, and then we go to our contacts across the country. Speaking with them from Lo-Fi Grand Crew, Maryland, Grand Bassa, Mike Gibby, just to find out what's obtaining. Unless you forget, we also have our traffic updates as well. So keep tuned. Today is Tuesday, the 7th day of March 2023. And welcome to it this morning. So at 8:15 this morning on the first segment of the show, we will play host to Mustafa Sheikh Kouyaté. And then at 9:15, we host District Number 16 Representative Honorable Dixon Sibo. We'll be talking all things District 16, the state of our economy, And of course, he's also the chair on banking at the lower house. And we're talking money matter. And so let's recognize all of our folks watching this morning. Christian Yanti is watching. Moses Mullenberg Senior is also watching. And a lot of you watching the show this morning, I'd like to say welcome. Lawrence Kwawa is also watching. Just like and share our video. Let's get to have more people on the platform this morning. Yeah, let's get it going. And so our motivational quote for this morning says, keep your face always toward the sunshine and shadows will fall behind you. Keep your face always toward the sunshine and the shadows will fall behind you. You have to keep a positive mindset. Embrace a positive attitude. And obviously, all of those things that you see as hurdles will definitely be behind you. That's the positive mindset, by the way. And then our proverb for the day says, you strike a woman, you strike a rock. And this proverb actually goes to explain how the woman is very strong with all of the odds she has against her. She's able to withstand those pressure and make it. And that's why our mothers and our sisters have strength. Unspeakable strength that sometimes is difficult to comprehend. And so just to abreast with what's happening in the traffic, and as always, every morning I get some tips from our guys out there. And so this one, if you are coming from the Duper Road side, okay, before reaching the Duper Road junction, just remember that road is blocked just before the gas station. That road is blocked due to ongoing construction works. Remember some time ago, a few days ago, the Ministry of Public Works released a statement in which she indicated that road will be blocked to vehicular movement, and so you have to take you as well. And to those on the Somalia drive-in, of course, you have free traffic there. Yep, there's a free flow of traffic there, and so you need not worry about that. And all that needs to happen now is for the keke riders to always park off the road. Use the shoulder of the road to park. In fact, there are indications on the sidewalk where you can have bus stops and you can make stops there and not just on the main road to ensure that there's a clear vehicular movement. And if you are coming from the Douala area, of course, you will experience a bit of traffic because we have potholes along the road. And so if you are coming to town, you are due in town very early. You have to get up in the morning very early and prepare yourself for your activities in town. If you are using the Congo Town route, usually around the 540 junction, there's a bit of traffic there. And then towards the Oro Junction as well. And then Vamuma, of course, there's always a bit of traffic there. And so you have to be very, 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 very mindful of that. And so that's how our traffic updates look like this morning. Okay, folks, welcome to it this morning. This is the Morning Breeze on ABC Radio 105.1 with me, Fidel Saydee. So if you follow our social media page this morning, I'd like to say welcome to the program. It's time now to get to our contacts this morning on the program. Let's hear what exactly they've got for us. But remember now, we still have this Rick Monroe within the NPP. I know yesterday Honorable Judge Umoba indicated that as far as he's concerned, there is no confusion in the party. The chairman emeritus of the party spoke to our reporter yesterday, and he made some revelations we will be telling you about. Okay, and then a statement was also released, a communication sent to the National Elections Commission from the National Patriotic Party. We'll read that communication to you as well. Yep, this morning we'll read just that for you. Let's make our first draft now to Lofa County, where our man Samuel Bole is. And let me establish contact with Samuel Bole in Lofa County. We are told that a 28-year-old woman identified as Damawa Ndobo. Damawa Ndobo has allegedly killed her 1-year-old daughter in Lawala Zoo, Voinjaman district in Lofa County. So let's establish contact with our man there in Lofa County, Samuel Bolly, to bring us up to speed with what is it now in that area. At least let's get to know what it is. Samuel is on the line right now. Let's get him quickly. Samuel, good morning. Welcome to the Morning Breeze.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning to our entire listener. Local country is okay. In Colombia State, fine this morning.
How is the atmosphere like in Lofa County? Is the political breeze still blowing?
Yeah, when it comes to the atmosphere of the political activities, it's seriously hitting the local country where you will see more supporters from the coordination seriously gathered from the CDC, where some of the opposition, either the party also announced hearing for CDC, University of the Unity Party.
Okay, tell us, bring us up to speed with this news of a 28-year-old woman allegedly killing her 1-year-old daughter. Give us detail of this development.
Okay, as you just said, exactly, earlier Friday, when the 1 year old child was admitted at the William Memorial Hospital, in the Father Hospital in Lofa County, in Bojima, where you make were there, and the mother of the child was questioned, Madam Tamawan Tabo.
Mm-hmm.
And according to Tamawan Tabo, she very well, she normally very costly soup.
Mm-hmm.
In hours of time, hours of for my district. And according to her, she said, well, when she went to share this costly soup,
Mm-hmm.
she left the cup in the house, and the girl was able to take the cup and drink the cup. That's what brought the issue.
Mm-hmm.
But when they get the hospital, the children and women protection officer, there's an intervention, and the mother was invited at the police station where she was pushed. And later she said, well, a matter of fact, she was the one that gave water to the daycare, but she mistakenly or forget about the cup. She was not thinking that it was the cup she normally used to mention the syrup.
So let's get this clear, Samuel. She did not know that she placed the caustic in the cup that she gave the child.
And that's what she said, but according to police investigation,
Mm-hmm.
when police went on the scene, visited Laura, and even the media, some of those that were around with question, they said, well, it is not true. She did it intentionally. Matter of fact, when she was pregnant, she normally used to say that after she gave back, because the boyfriend is not doing anything, the boyfriend had abandoned her now, the boyfriend is to different woman house. As a matter of fact, when she gave by with no option, she's going to pay again. And even with the husband, where the husband said, well, this is not the first of a kind, even their firstborn, she may attain by putting the fire on the boy hand. But the only thing the boy survived, well, the boy is crippled now. The husband said, this is not first of a kind, the first one they may contain. And the woman was quiz, why do you have to do that? She said, matter of fact, it was temptation, but she was not really having intention to sue her to her own daughter. But according to police investigation, they said, well, she was police charge of contents of murder,
Mm-hmm.
and they refer the case to the court while the one is awaiting the court trial recently.
Okay, so I mean, has there been any history of her having any, I mean, a psychiatric problem, like someone who's insane? Has there been anything of that sort?
No, we question people whether she's somebody that has some mental problems,
Mm-hmm.
somebody that has some good temper, that they know she's innocent, she's free for all kinds of those things that can make somebody to be. But a lot of fighters says when it comes to the jealousy aspect,
Mm-hmm.
she's number one easy time. A lot of fight, normally if people arguing that well, my husband is having different
Mm-hmm.
relationship with different persons, which is seriously to assess about if it is me, matter of fact, either kill you
Mm-hmm.
or I even kill if we have job between or I kill her prices. Because anytime I see that pricing, I would be thinking about you. Before I see those were some of those statements, no matter he gave. But to say he was not sound, he is okay. Matter of fact, he is full grown woman. There's a man about 28 years old, and she was very close to it. So in hours of time.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Any other additional information you want to give us?
Yes, as you just talk about political activities in Lofa,
Mm-hmm.
it is very catchy here in Lofa County, where you will see the coordination for Democratic, the big pressure in District 2 and District 3. There's sure holding between the coordination team, where you have, which is the Copa want to go on the CDC ticket, where you have number one Shepherd want to go on CDC ticket,
Mm-hmm.
where it becomes serious. Also, others are saying the photo is elected.
Mm-hmm.
They were not supposed CDC, and people from JC, photo came and saying
Mm-hmm.
if JC is elected on the ticket, seriously, I'm going to support CDC.
Now, with Lofa County, why is, I mean, all this clamoring for a CDC ticket in Lofa County?
Well, matter of fact, it is really people are not looking at the amount of it like this, the 2 and 3,
Mm-hmm.
where people are really struggling to join the CDC. And me, CDC have yes on board there. And recently we made some opinion who when CDC was leading. And again, in the unity party aspect where you have the current senator from the party, Stephen Tago,
Mm-hmm.
and also the former contestant who came second to Senator Councilor Joseph Patrick Kotuma from Unity Party.
Mm-hmm.
Express interest of contesting, and also Senator Zago is saying if Unity Party can bring candidates to contest against him, the Unity Party will be against IRC and grateful on him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Kotuma, who has been to be the chair for Unity Party in local country, is saying there was no memorandum, there was no document signed
Mm-hmm.
that if Senator Zago can support them in the by-election, seriously, the 2023 general election, they're going to support it, become serious, holding and voting.
Okay.
And again, supporters of Senator Zago are saying, as a matter of fact, if that's what my contest, they will not support Unity Party.
Okay.
Well, the friends are not saying, seriously, if we continue Unity Party with not go anywhere in Lofa County.
Thank you very much, Samuel Bole. We will get to you to provide us more update on the political in Lofa. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, and I'm always available.
Okay, he's Samuel Bole, our correspondent there in Lofa County, and whoa, a mother, who's always passionate about her children. Allegedly giving caustic soda to her daughter, 1-year-old daughter, an innocent child. Well, I hope it is investigated properly, and she's actually brought to justice there in Lofa County. And also, there's heated political activities as indicated by Samuel Bole. There's clamoring for the CDC ticket in Lofa County. And like I said, I asked him in Lofa County for people to be clamoring for a CDC ticket. Speaks volume of what's obtaining there. Well, I don't know, and I hope we can get detail of that. Sorry, I'm working between time, so I'm trying to get everything right here on the Morning Breeze on ABC Radio 105.1. Let's go now to Maryland County, where our man Maryland County, where Patrick Mensah is currently at. Patrick Mensah is in Maryland County. Patrick, good morning and welcome to the Morning Breeze.
Good morning to you and good morning to the rest of the folks listening to ABC Radio this morning. My pleasure to be on this platform.
How is the shows of Harper City?
Well, as usual, Maryland, as we all know, has been referred to as the Sunshine Campaign. So this morning, as we wake up, we are seeing the sun sparkling out. They show a little sign of joy to citizens of Maryland County. Harper is relatively kind, just like the situations that been going on at the William P. Stoneman University, the government second run university in the country.
So is the go slow still on?
Well, yeah, the go slow still on, and according to information I've gathered yesterday, because this the university campus, the situation has intensified on the basis that including the faculty. The faculty themselves will also be joining the process today because according to information, the staffers, some of them are not going to work, and even all the offices have been closed. Where the cleaners who used to go to work to clean the bureau offices, provide some water for the latrines and other areas, refuse to go to work on the basis that they are calling on the administration for several benefits. They claim they should be having rating funds, the issue about salary increasement. They say over the time when the government intervened, when the faculties were on their salary, when the government intervened, they heard that their salary for those who are serving as staffers at the institution yet to have an increasement in their salary. So predicated on that, they were calling for the removal of the acting president. They spoke about gross violence against them on the basis that since they've been calling on the administrators of the institution, they yet to answer to that call. So what is there in their mind is for them to carry on what we call the go-slow action that will draw the attention of the government, including the administration.
Now, what is the administration saying with this protracted period of go slow by these staffers?
Well, according to the administration, when we have this interview with the acting president, it says some of those things that have been highlighted by the Staffers Association of the institutions, they are not in his control. The one that have to do with salary increasement, according to him, that one can be determined by the government. So for them to be asking for salary increasement, knowing to the fact that they have been complaining over the time as an administration for salary increasement in their budget, because they said since the population began to increase at the university, the budget yet to increase by the government. So for staffers, including faculties, to be talking about increasement in the budget, they seem to be worrisome. But he said those one that he can do as acting he will address it because they said in their petition statement to the administration that was also speaking to the various legislative council of Maryland. They highlighted the issue about budget not coming full on time. They highlighted the issue about money being diverted to different accounts they use, they allege. So we still yet to hear from the acting president to comment on that, because he said the student pays several amount of money for them to buy a bus to transport them. Because in a time where he said after work they will walk from their various working area to go to their various destinations. So they said it has been a worrisome situation and they want the administration to address those concerns.
Okay, so has the process been calm so far? I mean, no violence, nothing of that sort?
No, there have been no violence. The situation is like the people want. What it's doing now is that those staffers, like that, they are in the number of the cleaners, those staffers that are working in the bureau offices, that the finance officers, the financial aides, and the racecraft. They are part of the staffers association. As we speak, all of the offices concerning working activities on the university campus has been closed. Like the racecraft office, nobody's in the office. Like the cleaners who go to work to clean the various classrooms, they can go to work these days. Like the maintainers, those who go to clean the grass on the university campus, they are not.
Okay, so in short, Normal activities at the Tubman University have been halted. No academic activities as well. Mhm.
The whole protest in a different phase because we have the faculties and those who are those lecturers and professors, they are going on campus to teach, but they are not going to the offices like the way they have been before. After teaching, you go to the office because those offices are being closed. But the lecturers and faculties are going to campus to teach. Even students are going to school, but they are not going to the bureau bar room to urinate. They are not going to the bureau offices
Okay.
to do that registration.
Okay. Thank you so much, Patrick. Any other thing we need to know from Maryland?
Well, quickly before I take leave, there's the issues coming from citizens in Maryland County. Over the weekend, the citizens in Maryland County have alarmed due to the lack of police vehicles. As you may be aware, since 2021, there was a protest in Maryland County following the gruesome murder of the late Modisha Neiman, who was killed by a motorcyclist here in Maryland. That led to a serious and vandalized several government property, including private homes. Since that time, because the only police vehicles that were in the country was also vandalized by those angry crowd. And since that time, since 2021 up to present, there have been no police vehicles in the country. And every time the police just step a line on the they are going through a lot of constraint. Could you imagine they will ride on commercial motorbike when there is a situation in Maryland and they have to ride on commercial motorbike? So they were calling on the citizens to rally around to do what we call this battle rally to buy a vehicle for the police. So the citizens in their own mindset is worrisome. So they decided to call on the Ministry of Justice for them to see reason to have a police vehicle in Maryland because they said it puts a serious threat to the survivability of citizens in Maryland County.
Okay, thank you so much, my brother. Thank you, Patrick and Mensa from Maryland County. They're reporting that even though normal academic activities are still ongoing on the campus of Tubman University, but key staffers on a go slow due to what they refer to as unpaid salaries. And yep, they on a go slow. And the president has said, well, he cannot do anything because that is what they have on hand, and the government has to increase her budget before anything can be done with staffers' salary in yeah at the Tubman University in Maryland County. Let's see whether we can establish contact with our men there in Grand Bassa County. Prince Wampelu there in Grand Bassa County, and find out exactly what's going on in Grand Bassa. And I'm told the lifeless body of a motorcyclist was found along the Benson River community in Buchanan City, Grand Bassa County. And let's establish contact with Prince Wampelu in Grand Bassa County. This is the Morning Breeze on ABC Radio 105.1 with me, Fidel Saydee, and I'm here this morning. Bringing you all of the basic information you need to know about what's obtaining in Liberia. As earlier stated, the president of that's the chairman of the embattled chairman, should I say, of the National Patriotic Party has suspended the political leader of the party. He has also written the National Elections Commission, and we'll read that letter here for you shortly. But that's exactly what's going on in the NPP. And trust me, I'm multitasking, so I need to get my producer up to speed with this so that I don't have to do this. I just sit in the back and do the talking. But folks, this is the Morning Breeze. We're trying to establish contact with our man there in Grand Bassa County, Prince Wampelu, to bring us up to speed with exactly details on this issue with the motorcyclist who was found dead in the Buchanan City, sorry. Good morning.
Good morning, Good morning to everyone with ABC Radio.
How is Grand Bassa County this morning, specifically Buchanan City?
Well, let's see, the program name goes breeze. The breeze here from the Atlantic Ocean is making so large this morning, have a cool, beginning of sunshine, and the breeze is also giving us a very good energy to start out the activity. So the gun is cut.
Okay, that's good. Okay, we've heard about the discovery of the body of a motorcyclist in Buchanan City. First of all, how prevalent is such occurrence in Buchanan?
Well, it's not something usual, especially the terrain. It's the outside of the cannon. It's not something usual on the Buchanan Highway. So it's something that surprised many people. And Moses Amos was from there with 28,000 Liberian dollars, two phone, and there's this motorcycle red button along the Benson River near Buchanan. But according to onlookers
Mhm.
who identify him, said that he's in a habit of taking alcohol and while operating. But after the day of the incident,
Mhm.
they did not notice him of taking anything alcohol. But the head of the Liberian Government Hospital in Buchanan, Moses Wiaga,
Mhm.
and the Liberian National Police traffic commander visited the scene, and then according to the investigation, there was the team that was set up, and they reported later on last night that legalized that there was no foul play, and the result as self-accident, considered self-accident. It was not like a foul play.
Mhm.
Because there was no bruise, there was no broken part of the body. We got the result of the accident because it said 28,000 like in the pocket plus two iPhones.
I mean, just give a clear picture of where he was found.
Okay, so when you're entering Buchanan City from Marshall County, it is the entrance just before reaching Korean Front Upper State in the Lawrence resident and that of as well as the president and the Finney. We are right around that area, but it's a deep curve
Mhm.
coming here. There's a deep curve. We come from the St. John towards Buchanan City. There's a deep curve, and in that curve, that's where the incident occurred. And so, what happened in 2 3 months ago was Texas that had an accident to take the rain,
Mhm.
but it was not a motorcycle. So that's something street was motorcycle, but for car, yes, it's a curve, a very deep curve. We often see that Texas drivers go the other way around, but not for motorcycle.
Has there been any statement from the local police detachment in Buchanan?
So the thing I don't still along with the county health team, then because the head doctor of my grandmother was part of the team, so they said there was no foul play and he died of self-accident, and he turned the body over to his immediate family.
Okay. Any other thing we need to know from Grand Bassa?
Yeah, so let's go to Labrador Agriculture Company lot. That's in 1958. Again, there was another bargaining agreement finally resolved with the workers of Black and that of the management of Black. And then one of the reasons why they went to the bargaining agreement is the completion of issues that after 3 years they revisited the bargaining agreement. So this time around, the problem with that, the workers complained about salary disparity,
Mhm.
and then they talked about negotiating, but the union, the local union leadership went to discussion with them
Mhm.
and were able to resolve that, and those salary disparities of the retroactively. So we are considered a win-win situation for them because the workers agree to the bargaining as well as management.
Okay.
Yes, the Liberal Budget Company has a new bargaining agreement and it's helping both the company and that of the workers.
That's good. Good news. Thank you so much, Prince. It's nice having you on this morning.
Thank you so much, Peter.
Okay, he's Prince Wamplu there from Grand Bassa County, where the lifeless body of a motorcyclist identified as Amos Dolo was discovered, and he was found with his motorbike. He was also found with his money, and it seems there's no foul play, at least from a layman observation. But hoping that the police does our investigation and that the real findings are out there to the public. Okay, let's go now quickly to Margibi County, where Wakot Kiri is, and let's know exactly what's happening there. Wakot Kiri is in Magibi County, and always well and prepared and strong to report from Magibi County, Kakata. Wakot Kiri, good morning and welcome to the Morning Breeze.
Good morning to you, and good morning to our peace-loving listeners of this finest frequency dial.
How is Kakata this morning?
Kakata is relatively calm and peaceful as compared to yesterday.
What happened on yesterday?
Yeah, so a calm has been restored in the city. As we're speaking now, it is relatively calm and peaceful.
Okay, now tell us what's the latest in Kakata, Magibi as a whole.
Latest in Kakata, Magibi County is that members of the Liberian Association, Christian Association of the Blind, with their location along the Burmese Road in Kakata, staged a peaceful protest yesterday to the county superintendent office, Honorable Jerry Obavani, in demand of their $25,000 United States dollars promise made to them by His Excellency Dr. George Mane, we are President of the Republic of Liberia, when he came some part of last year to break ground in Kakata City, Magibi County. And until then, these disabled blind people, visually impaired, have not received this money yet, at least to venture into some other development activities that the association want to carry. And they are not getting any comprehensive report or information as to ascertaining whether the president has given the money to the county superintendent Jerry Bani or whether this money has not been given yet. So they staged the first protest some part of last month, and now yesterday again they stormed the offices of the county superintendent in demand of their money.
And so what did the county superintendent say to them?
Well, Honorable Jerry Obafani, funnily enough, addressed them, saying that still the president has not given this money yet to him for them, and he's making all frantic efforts humanly possible so that the president will fulfill his promise. But it is long delayed now. It is only because of the proactive and prompt intervention of the Liberian National Police Commander Dixon Paul Kemokai and head of the OPS Kobo Brutus. In fact, they said they don't even want to listen to the county superintendent. Reason being, it is always like that, and they only have respect, according to them, through some of their leaders, Moses Bakla, and some of them said it's because of the police intervention. You know.
All right. Okay. Walk up. What's another? Do we have another trending issue in Magibi quickly?
Well, in Magibi County, as you can see in Kakata City, the debt is overtaking the city. So the mayor, Emmanuel Gore, is humbly calling on national government and development partners to galvanize efforts, at least to help the city with the dump truck, so that the garbage collection exercise will be intensified in Magibi County, and the citizens will be free from debt. And as we speak right now, our listeners, the garbage is posing serious health hazards in the city, because it is observed that it is common now in every length and breadth of the city. You can see piles of garbage which is posing threat to humans. So upon that backdrop, Mayor Boy is calling on national government and development partners to help the city with the dump truck to clear the garbage.
Okay, and has there been any word? Has he indicated any word so far from central government?
Yeah, the mayor, according to the too many press conferences held with journalists and including this medium in Kakata, they said he's always calling on central government, even our legislative caucus members, representatives from the 5 political districts, Magibi County, to help, but nothing has been done yet. So this is why he said, as a mayor, he's using his proactiveness and professionalism at least to change the dynamics by calling on central government and development partners.
Okay, thank you.
Their intervention.
Thank you, Walcott. Thank you so much. We have to let Walcott Carey go and squeeze in our Grand Crew correspondent quickly in Grand Crew County to get us up to speed with what's obtaining. We are told that the Senate Pro Tempore Abbott Chie, Councillor J. Fonanti Kofa, and President Weah have been petitioned by 5 communities in electoral district number 2, Grand Crew County. They've resolved to support their re-election bids, and so let's get detail of that. What may have led to their decision, and how is that been received by those individuals involved? Let's get to Frederick Kuhlman quickly and take up from him what are the details of that development in Grand Crew County. This is the Morning Breeze on ABC Radio 105.1 and on Radio King. Download the Radio King app on Apple Store or Play Store and search for ABC Radio Official. Let's get our man Frederick Kuhlman now. Frederick, good morning. Good morning, Frederick. Okay, sorry, we have to let go. Let's now go to our first talking point this morning. By the way, let's look at those who following us this morning. Let's recognize them. No, not there. Man Zinason Musa is following us. He says, good morning, Chief, following from the United Arab Emirates. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Levino dos Santos Copa says, good morning, Fidel. I'm following from a resident on Honorable Imanadan Avenue, Ashman Street, Dusty Road. This one says, that's Gerard Tucker. Tyrese Tucker says, congratulations. Ernest Rick says, good morning, Camry. And okay, so that's it right there. Let's go to our first talking point this morning. I stated on yesterday when Honorable Dodge Moba dropped the call that there was something that was brewing in the NPP. There was something brewing in the NPP. And he actually dismissed my concerns that the NPP was peaceful and that there is no confusion in the NPP. You know, there are events, there are happenings in a political party that show semblance of confusion. And even though there may be denial from other side of the divide that, oh, there's no confusion, we are the ones in charge and what have you, but it is clear. So the National Patriotic Party's in battle chairman, James Benning, has written a communication to the National Elections Commission. He has written a communication to the National Elections Commission and indicating his chairmanship and at the same time suspending the political leader of the party. Let's read that communication for you shortly. And it says, whoa, it's my producer is trying to get it on the screen. Let me read this communication for you quickly. It says, May 6, 2023, Councillor David Eto Brown Lassana, Chairperson, National Elections Commission, Republic of Liberia. Dear Councillor Lassana, I present my compliments and herewith bring to the attention of the National Elections Commission activities unfolding within the National Patriotic Party as indicated below. The resolution dated and signed February 3, 2023 and captioned resolution emanating from the National Executive Committee of the National Patriotic Party, NPP, from its extraordinary session held at the headquarters on February 2nd, 2023, points to extraordinary session and National Executive Committee meeting, which never took place to derive such resolution. Article 5, Section 1 of the NPP's Constitution provides that all National Executive Committee meetings, sections, and conventions are convened and presided over by the national chairman of the party. In my capacity as national chairman, I convened and presided over no such extraordinary section, neither did I preside over the National Executive Committee meeting referred to. Additionally, it is a requirement of the Elections Commission that political parties inform the election body of any extraordinary ordinary sections or conventions the political party may hold. Had the NPP held any such section, the National Elections Commission would have been appropriately informed by me. So, Honorable Bani is contending that the position of the National Executive Committee, as indicated by Honorable Judge Moba on yesterday, that there was no such section held because, as the chairman of the party, he is the one who's supposed to chair such a gathering, and he did not sanction that. And so, whatever gathering that was held on yesterday, that brought about the decision to suspend him, was not constitutional. Let's move forward. His second count, that the vice chairman for administration of the party, in person of partisan George S. Morba, signed the coalition's framework document on my behalf without any authorization. While the chairman of the party is present and available, no vice chair can constitutionally exercise the function of the chairman without authorization of the chairman. Article 5, Section 2 of the NPP's constitution states that the vice chair for administration of the party only acts as chairman when the national chairman is absent or performs other functions that the chairman may assign to him or her. In view of this provision of the party's constitution, partisan George S. Morba's signature placed on the framework document in and stead for the renewal of the Coalition for Democratic Change without my expressed authority renders the document illegal, unconstitutional, and voidable. So he's saying, as far as he knows, he is the chairman of the party, and he did not give any authorization to Honorable George Morba to have signed the framework document that commits the NPP to the Coalition for Democratic Change. In their constitution, he as chairman should have given that authorization to partisan George Morba, who has now been instated by the National Executive Committee of the party as the acting chairman. So you see what I'm telling you? The confusion is getting wider. The third count here is, according to Bani, the signing of the NPP's resolution that is attached to the framework document of the coalition by partisans Nyondwe Mokomana, Chief Cyril Allen, and Lawrence George on behalf of the advisory body violates Article 3, Section 3.2c of the party's constitution. This section of the constitution provides that the advisory board of the party shall be represented on the National Executive Committee by one person, that is its chairman. So he's saying the framework, the resolution that was attached to the framework document should have actually been signed by him. He should have made representation to the National Executive Committee as chairman of the party, instead of John Mono, Komana, Siri Allen, and Lawrence George. Even though they are part of the advisory board, but he as chairman should have been a representation of the National Committee, Executive Committee on that board. He was not there. So again, count 4. The signing of the NPP's resolution by partisans Nellie Datwe, Melie, Kemu, J. Thomas Plateau, Amanda Garnett, and Emmanuel Gore, all of whom ceased being members of the National Executive Committee of the party as of October 7, 2022, Biennial Convention, mandated by the Civil Law Code, renders the resolution violative of Article 3, Section 3.2 of the Constitution of the party, considering that the new officers elected are the current officials who should sign said resolution. Following the conduct of the October 7, 2022 Biennial Convention of the party, the Secretary General communicated a new list of elected officials to the National Elections Commission. So again, James Bani is raising this point. He said, the NPP resolution where the partisans named, signed, they shouldn't have signed, because the banner section that they had on October 7 came out with new officials, and those officials should have been the one who should have signed that particular resolution. So the signatures of those partisans as listed here, they are violative of Article 3, Section 3.c of their constitution. So in essence, that is not a void. he goes on to say the use of PP by unknown persons who signed the party's resolution without expressed authority to do so raises doubts as to the authority of the signatures on the document. Again, he's stating nobody should have, I mean, strange people just go and PP document for the party, resolution for that matter for the party without expressed authority. Now, we also have to establish what expressed authority is. It is possible they may have been given go ahead by Senator James Banning. And later, because this has become heated, he goes on to say, well, I did not give them authority to sign on my behalf. I'm present. I did not give them authority to sign for anybody. So, I mean, the confusion will continue. Now, the letter goes on to say, in view of the 5 counts stated above, I request the National Elections Commission to investigate and see reason to return said resolution and framework document for the process to be done properly and in line with the constitution of the party. Furthermore, I call on the commission not to do business with partisan George S. Morba in his purported capacity as acting chairman of the NPP in violation of Article 5.1 of the NPP Constitution. Please find attached copies of the NPP's Constitution, the so-called resolution, and the framework document. Thanks very kindly, James P. Banning, National Chairman, National Patriotic Party. So you see, what we were talking about yesterday has just come to the fore, that this impasse within the NPP will continue. And like I said, it places a dent on whatever association the Congress for Democratic Change may have with NPP within the coalition. You may not understand that now, but when the campaign period comes, that's when you will understand the strength of what's obtaining now within the NPP. This is very serious. It is very, very serious. And like I said on yesterday, it is time for this impasse to be resolved. The guys within the NPP have to go to the table, have a discussion as to the way forward. But as it is, with a shoulder of the NPP in the coalition and another shoulder outside, the legitimacy and authority that the NPP should have within the coalition will become questionable. Besides, if we were to go into the campaign period, the NPP will be divided. Remember, within the opposition community, specifically the Liberty Party, there's a division right now. There's a division. And this has rendered the Liberty Party a weak party. Whether you like it or not, that's what it is. It is a weak party because there's a question of legitimacy on all of the leaders that head the various blocks of their party. The same is happening within the NPP. It has to be resolved as quickly as possible. And I hope there are external forces that are willing to ensure that this impasse is resolved. Because as it is, the strength of the coalition will be weakened because a constituent party has entered the coalition with division. The block of the standard bearer. As a matter of fact, we've been told that in fact the actions of the National Executive Committee, as indicated by Honorable George Morba, and the action of Senator there's James Banning, those two actions are wrong. None of them have authority to suspend either. The National Executive Committee does not have the power to suspend James Banning, and James Banning does not have the authority to suspend the political leader of the party. Now, we spoke with Dasari Chairman Siri Allen on yesterday. And let me say it to my producer to play this. This is exactly what Siri Allen said on yesterday when he was spoken to by our reporter here, Pius Stewart. Pius Stewart actually spoke to James Banning. And this is exactly what James Banning said. And Smith will roll that out for you quickly. But this is what James Banning said. Siri Allen said. Siri Allen is the chairman emeritus of the National Patriotic Party and also a member of the National Advisory Council. He's a stakeholder in the party. And I think in this statement, he has struck the balance. Let's listen to Chief Siri Allen. His Pius were there with Chief Siri Allen, so let's get him.
decision on that.
Of the NPP and the chairman himself suspending the standard bearer. What is happening in the NPP and what do you know about that?
Well, I laugh about it because there's nothing like that. The Senate bearer and the National Executive Committee did not appoint the national chairman, so they cannot suspend or dismiss it. The Executive Committee of the party may have a unanimous concept to only investigate and report to the National Convention, and the convention will make a determination and take a decision. It is only the National Convention that will make that kind of decision. After the Executive Committee have gone through grievance and ethics, transparently, and have their findings, they can make that recommendation to the convention that would make a decision on that. Neither can the national chairman suspend the chairman of the party or the standard bearer. Neither of them have such authority to take such actions that are being pronounced. Be that as it may, the issue with the MPP is very clear that the national chairman.
Okay, so it's clear. The chairman emeritus has made it clear that the National Executive Committee does not have the right to suspend the chairman. The chairman can only be investigated, and the outcome of the investigation is sent to National Convention. It is National Convention that will make a decision in the suspension of the chairman. All right. So the action of Honorable George Moba and his guys there at NPP was wrong. He has also indicated that the action of Senator James Banney to have suspended the political leader of the party is also wrong. It's not constitutional. So you see, so I'm saying this to mean that there will be rigmarole in the party. A resolution has to be found, and the way forward is for all of those who are involved in this rigmarole to find a resolution to this problem. Other than that, the NPP will go into the coalition halfway with one hand in and another hand out. One hand in and another one out, which will render the party very weak. You'll find your reconciliation point now and move on as a party. Because as I see it, and for some reason, I don't know why, what has been the continuous contention of James Banney. But he appears to me like that troubled child in the home. And, you know, I mean, he's troubled. He causes trouble. So remember, not only is he troubled, but he causes trouble. Whether legitimately or illegitimately is something that we also have to establish. But for some reason, there's always been contention from Honorable James Banney. And it's something that we need to understand. We've made frantic efforts to speak with him. I've called him over and over again, but he's not picking my calls. But it's good that we hear from these people. We are able to question them, and let's get what the real issues are. Sometimes these press releases, these letters do not explain exactly what we need to know. So we need to question them and ask what the real issues are. Because we continue to hear, remember some time ago, they had this confusion, and he had a meeting with the president and the vice president. And the president came out to even say, the vice president said, okay, I recognize the chairmanship of Senator James Banney. I thought that was the end to all that started with this confusion. I thought they had ended all the confusion that was going on. Later did I know that there's something still ahead. And maybe Senator James Banney feels that the essence of that conversation was to lure him into signing the framework document, and then he would have been through inside. But he too had a reservation. He stepped aside. He did not sign. George Moba signed, and he has said this signature of George Moba on that document is actually not legitimate, and so that document has been rendered illegitimate by James Banney. So it's an ongoing thing. We will continue following what's happening in the NPP, and I was hoping I can speak directly with the chairman, Cyril Allen, but I will see whether I can establish contact with him later. We have to be careful when we're calling these people. Yes, folks. So that's it right now. The fighting in the NPP. We got a late call this morning, by the way, that Sheikh Kuyate fell sick last night, and so he could not be available this morning. Never mind to him. We wish him speedy recovery. Of course, we have to expect this. That is it. Sometimes the guests do not show up. That's no problem. The show has to go on. And the good thing is there are lots of things to talk about in Liberia. So let's go to the phone lines now on 0-777-105-100, What implication does this impasse within the NPP has on the coalition? Yeah, we need to know. I mean, from where I see it, it has a huge impact and it has to be resolved quickly. 0-555-105-100 are the other numbers to call this morning and be a part of the morning breeze right here on ABC Radio 105.1. 0-777-105-100, 0-555-105-100. If you are overseas and you want to call our WhatsApp number +231 770603293 +231 770603293. And let's hear you this morning on the morning breeze at 9:15. We play host to Honorable Dixon Sibo from District Number 16, Montserrat County. Again, if you are in a diaspora or you're in Liberia and you want to follow us online, just download the Radio King app. The app is RADROKING. Go on the Google Play Store or on the Apple Store and download Radio King. Once you download the app, search for ABC Radio 105.1 official. Also, find us on YouTube. Go to YouTube and just step in ABC Radio 105.1 official, and you will get us. You can go on Facebook as well and type in ABC Radio official, ABC Radio 105.1 official, and you will get us as well. So that's it this morning. 0-555-105-100, 0-777-105-100, and let's hear you this morning. Okay, I'm told the traffic in the RC Lawson area has built up. All right, the traffic has built up, and so you must be aware of that. Okay. What's the new again? About 2% dying in Lofa County because the dream pound one. The dream pound one. We need to find out what was the content of the palm wine. I mean, that's me. Somebody get a dream palm wine, and we need to know our inner palm wine. So the lines are actually open. All right, you can call. We did some upgrades on our lines on yesterday, and so we expect we did some upgrades on our line yesterday. We expect our lines to be very clear this morning. I think our correspondents were very, very clear. This is the second edition of the program, by the way, and we will just get better by the day. Once the orientation process is done with, of course, we expect to get better by the day. But again, we are here. So that's how it is right now. Let me see whether I can get in contact with Chief Cyril Allen. Let me get him on this line. I hope this doesn't disturb, or maybe Honorable George Moba, to get him with this new development within the NPP now. What does he say? Is Senator Bani wrong? Is he right? What's going on? The NPP is still an issue. It's still an issue, and I will maintain that my people, once that conflict is not resolved, like the way you know how I want for in Liberty Party and the other four Liberty Party in CPP, the other one on Joseph Boakasa, and how the men managing and going on, we not even know. So you see these things. Our political culture is such that okay, Honorable Judge Moba is on the line. Honorable Moba, good morning. Sorry, I had to call you without your consent, but I know you ever ready. It's good having you on the radio again.
Yes, good morning.
Now, it seems like, as I earlier indicated yesterday, that there will be some kind of back and forth within the NPP. Have you seen the letter written to the National Elections Commission by Chairman Bani?
Yes, I saw that letter, and Chairman Bani decision cannot undo the decision of the majority.
Who do you refer to as the majority?
The entire National Executive Committee. Like I said to all of sister radio stations, Chairman Bani cannot able to muster even 5 members of the NEC supporting in a drive to bring confusion in the party. The party remained together and firm on the decision taking that he should submit himself to the investigation before the Agreement Ethics Committee. And that position remains unchangeable. And we believe that the Elections Commission would not does not look at Barney as an individual. Look at him does not look at Barney as an individual when you're privileged enjoying the confidence of the partisan. Now that the partisan has placed on an investigation, the Elections Commission would not, in a parliament democracy, cannot allow an individual to take precedence over the majority.
Now, what does the Constitution say about the holding of a National Executive Committee meeting? Because James Barney is contending that he is the chairman of the party and he should be the one who's convening that meeting and chairing the meeting that brought about the decision to suspend him.
Barney has a very narrow interpretation of the Constitution. The Constitution states that the national chairman is indeed has authority to preside over the National Executive Committee. And the Constitution further went on to say that indeed, in the absence of the national chairman, that responsibility devolves to the vice chairman of administration.
What?
In an extreme case, the National Executive Committee convenes. The vice chairman for the national chairman and the vice chairman for administration are not available. Eventually, the vice chairman for operation would then step in that case. So it didn't say that because they say the chairman should preside or the chairman should call meeting, it means that only you alone. That's a narrow interpretation. Look, there's something in law called statutory interpretation. The law does not look at it for a face value. And look at the intent of the framer. You will look at the intent of the framer. So he come with a narrow mind, trying to personalize the institution to believe that once they say the chairman of the party is the one supposed to cite National Executive Committee, meaning when he is not available, he in America whatsoever, it means we have to sit and wait for it. Is this what we're trying to say?
Okay, but Honorable Obama, let's contextualize the word unavailable. I mean, what constitutes unavailability?
When the National Executive Committee in its totality sits at the regular time and invited to sit for a crucial issue, and the chairman become the chairman is absent. It began his absence is constitute incapacitation. In that light, the vice chairman will act.
Now
that's good to say because every organization is partner after the government of the government structure of our country. In the national legislature, when for example, when the House of Representatives convene in a regular session on a regular day at a regular sitting, and the speaker is absent, you don't have to call. You don't have to take telephone to call the speaker to say, Mr. Speaker, can you appoint somebody to preside? The plenary will revert to the rule. What did the rule say in the absence or incapacitation of the speaker? But the team of the interpretation, the next person will step in line. That's what the law says.
So, according to the law, doesn't the chairman have the authority to give permission, so to speak, to the vice chair to chair the meeting instead of
that is autocratic. Once the chairman is not available and began incapacitated, eventually that responsibility is now dedicated to the vice chair.
Now you have another count which you are directly involved with. According to him, you had no authority, absolutely no authority to have signed the framework document without his authorization. And he mentioned Article 5, Section 2 of your party's constitution as his reliance.
Okay, I referred you to his previous comments he made to the public. He told the public that when the majority had taken a decision, he had to go in line with that. Is he revisiting that statement? Is he revisiting that statement? We have that. He made that in a public pronouncement. In a public pronouncement, he told the Liberian people when he went on the radar voluntarily, and he told the Liberian people, yes, indeed, the framework document has been signed, and the fact that our institution is a democratic institution, I am not there, and I was not there. I respect the will of the majority. Period. And besides that, I did not just get out to go sign the framework document. It was mandated by 2-10 resolution of membership of the National Patriot, which is about every individual in the party.
Honorable Moba, what is the smoke screen you are sensing from all these agitations from the chairman?
Come again?
What are you sensing from all these agitations from the chairman?
Well, I think the chairman is being used from external factors, you know, and I want you to take point on record. The chairman is being used to instill a conflict in the coalition by sponsor also of the coalition. That's what I surmise.
Who could be that first suspect?
Well, I'm clearly sure that he may be in contact with people outside of the party to create instability in the party, like any other political party that they're experiencing. But again, it is too late for him because he by own volition went on the radio and told the people that there was a democratic decision. Once the majority agreed, it goes by it. So that goes to say that what was done was by approval.
Okay, so I mean, I just want us to be clear on this. Are you suspecting a political party as having some kind of influence on Senator Banning?
I'm suspecting that some external factor may have some influence on him, thinking that by using him, they can create a smooth screen of conflict in the MPP. In the MPP, by extension in the coalition, especially so by detail of that letter he wrote.
The chairman emeritus of your party, the chairman emeritus of your party, Chief Cyril Allen, has said the National Executive Committee has absolutely no authority to suspend Chairman Banning.
That's not what he said.
We have him on clip.
He said the National Executive Committee can submit Chairman Banning to
investigation.
To investigation, and at the same time asking to step aside. What does that mean to you?
So that how does he indicate that he can step aside, but at the same time say that the National Executive Committee cannot suspend the outcome of the investigation has to be sent to the. Okay, go ahead.
Again, I just want you to also take into consideration that the individual interpretation of the Constitution cannot suffice for the decision of the majority, as in the case of Cyril Allen. So I want to strongly take note of that. And we are saying step aside means you have to step aside means suspended. You know that you are a partisan journalist and well astute Liberian political actors. You know what does that mean. So whatever the case may be, we maintain our position as the National Executive Committee that Chairman Banning must submit himself to the Private Executive Committee for an investigation. He's not going to run from that.
It seems this is not coming to an end anytime soon in the NPP.
Well, he will run it. Like the Liberian media, anybody can sit in corner and write anything and have it put in the public glare. But the question is, do you enjoy legitimacy? The answer is no, because to enjoy legitimacy, you might be able to have control and command over the relevant actors in the MPP, of which he's lacking of now.
Okay.
So there are some attitude that he exhibited border on integrity, which we are always trying to avoid it bringing to the public glare. But like I said, we remain holding together as a party, and we cannot be forced to comply to the dictate of an emerging despot in the person of James Banning.
Honorable Judge Mawaba, thank you so much for taking our call as usual.
Okay, but what is the radio frequency?
105.1.
Okay.
Okay, he's George Mawaba. So you see, it's getting heated in the NPP. It's actually getting heated in the NPP, and this is reality. This is reality. We have to brace ourselves for what's happening in the NPP. All right. Let's take this person. Good morning. Yes, sir. Yes. Mm-hmm.
When the chair is not around, the vice chair can argue with the person. I mean, he asked for.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I would want for Honorable Molu to follow the party constitution as stated that the party constitution. So maybe you can really want to show a lot to you
Mm-hmm.
for the public sake. Thank you.
Okay, all right, but it was also indicated it was indicated in the communication from James Bannon to the National Elections Commission. But he said he did not give the authority to Honorable George Moore. But 0555105 07777 are the numbers to call this morning to be a part of the morning breeze. 9 o'clock we take a break. Word from our sponsor. 9:15 we usher in district number 16 representative Honorable Dixon Sibo on the program this morning on the Morning Breeze on ABC Radio. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, we dropped that person, but the lines are very clear. I don't know whether we still have problem with this line, but I'm not very sure. I think they are open. Maybe we're just not receiving calls of calls are not pulling in. But of course, again, this impasse will continue. Like it is the case with the Liberty Party. I don't know whether they've resolved their issues, but there's always been issue of legitimacy within the Liberty Party, and it has been a contention that has gone on for a long time now. And Yumli Kanga's faction, Musa Ability's faction. At one point in time, Isaac Jackson had to criticize, and I'm told that was resolved, and they were working together, even though they were not very clear as to whether they were working together. But when you ask somebody, they say, "Oh, confusion is over. Confusion is over." I mean, that's how it is. And in political parties in Liberia, I told you as we move to elections, there will be these kinds of agitations from individual members and groupings within the different political parties. Um, it was about to happen in the coalition, in the Congress for Democratic Change, but for some reason, I don't know whether because this party is a ruling party, but there's something that has not really taken deep within the party. When they were in opposition, we heard different confusion. I remember the case with the late Geraldine Doe Sharif, the case with the former chairman George Solo. I mean, these little confusions were in the party, but as they came to national leadership, it is something we see them hear about. All right, calm has been restored. I don't know, because everyone is busy and in position, and that's why we are not hearing too much of noise in CDC. But calm has been restored to the CDC, and I don't know, as we move to the elections in October, whether we will see in CDC again. But every political party as it is right now, especially those ones that are considered as quote unquote big political parties, we will hear these kinds of noise, especially when it comes to the issue of collaboration or coalition or alliance. We will hear this because there will be partisans who will be dissatisfied as to the way to go. There will be vested interest from everywhere, and there will be competing priorities as to who to support and who not to support. And that confusion will start from even the get-go of the elections, because we are aware that there are some parties that will not field presidential candidates. There are some parties that will not field presidential candidates. They will only field representative candidates or senatorial candidates. Some of them wouldn't even field senatorial candidates, but those parties are existent in Liberia, and they will have to give support to a political party. So there is where some of these confusions will come from. So brace yourself for what will happen in different political parties as we move to October 10th. We have one now in Liberty Party. It is not yet resolved. We have another one now in National Patriotic Party, NPP. It doesn't appear to come to an end anytime soon. The same will happen in, I mean, ANC. We are not very sure. There will also be some kind of confusion in ANC. There could be partisans who will tell you, okay, Alexander Cummings do not run for president. We'll give our support to Joseph Waka. I'll give our support to President George Weah. Or Joseph Waka do not run for president. We'll give our support to George Weah. We'll give our support to Alexander Cummings. I mean, there will be these kinds of conversations ongoing along the way as the elections approach. But that's the nature of what our politics is. And the only thing we can say to our people is that you must consciously open your eyes and vote for the candidate that you feel. Because the thing is, in these electionary periods, it is good to make a choice that vindicates your conscience. What does that mean? Don't vote somebody because somebody say you must vote them. Then by the time the person start doing bad and then you say, oh, that John Brown say I'm gonna vote for Peter Paul, that why I voted him. Let it Peter Paul now, he's not doing well for me. No. Your decision should be based on your conscience. And normally consciences should be informed. All right. That is why we avail such platforms to you, so that we bring forth those candidates that are opting to represent you. We give them the opportunity to sell themselves. To reveal themselves to you. If they've been in positions, we give them the opportunity to say what they've done over the period of time, because that is what you will judge them by. So we are hoping this whole thing in MPP will cease and we'll go to elections, and they will go to election as one party. But the way I'm looking at James Bunny, James Bunny, that man look like somebody that can't even listen. Like, okay, when I take my line, I don't know what is the problem. Sometimes there's some confusion. You kind of want to know what the genesis of the problem is, but you cannot find one. And it is only the individuals who are involved who can clearly tell you what the confusion is all about. So we are hoping that we will establish contact with James Bunny, because I want to hear from him and say, and I know a lot of people want to hear from him as well. What is the issue, Honorable Bunny? What is your issue? What the issue is about? Let's know. Let's know. Maybe we'll listen to you. We'll hear that, okay, you have legitimate claims. We've read the letter. And Judge Mobile has said that what stated in the letter. And my point here is unavailability. If the man decide I'm not going to the meeting, he is not available. If the man is not around, he is not available. But Judge Mauba says you cannot, if you are not available, we can't wait for you to say, oh, Judge Mauba, go ahead and chair the meeting before they chair the meeting. Once members of the National Executive Committee are available, of course, they can go ahead with their meetings. So the resolution is legitimate, according to Judge Mauba. Bunny says it's illegitimate, and the composition of the National Executive Committee is illegitimate, because the banner gathering that was held brought in different leaders, and those leaders should be the ones signing resolution on behalf of the party. Now there are others who are in the who are still standing, so the resolution is not good. So we can't continue like this in our democratic process. But the reality is we'll continue to have these things going on right now in our political space. This is the Morning Breeze on ABC Radio 105.1. Let's now take our break, go to our sponsors. When we come back, we will usher in Honorable Dixon Sibo. Hopefully he's in the building. And if not, we'll continue with our conversation till he arrives. This is your radio. Let's take our break and be right back.
Gifty, where did you get the bricks you used to build your house? See how strong the bricks look.
I got them from Rovia Bricks. Do not tell me you have not heard about Rovia Bricks.
You mean they are located in Liberia?
Yes, Angie. Rovia Bricks is a division of Rovia Logistics Incorporated, and they offer a variety of concrete products for all your construction needs. They have 6, 7, 8, and 4 inches blocks. That's not all.
Tell me more.
Rovia Bricks have coverts for roads and well, cornerstones, Colombo blocks, yard tiles, sand, be it smooth, rough, and mixed. They even have red dyes for land filling and crushed rocks of all sizes.
How can I get to them?
You can locate Rovia Bricks right at the corner of McDonough and Carey Streets on the Kakata Highway, Copper Farm area in Fendel, around the University of Liberia campus, or locate our head office on Randall Street. Call Rovia Bricks on 0777 874 231 or 0888 726 172. Email them on rovialib@gmail.com. Better still, WhatsApp them on 0777 874 231 or Facebook Rovia Logistics Incorporated.
I'm calling them right now for that man's swampy land. No time to waste.
My ticket is there.
Bokonjida Group of Companies, a 100% Liberian-owned company with over 20 years of experience, is the name that stands tall in the microfinance, construction, and general services industries. At Bokonjida Group of Companies, we pride on character, integrity, honesty, confidentiality, and creditworthiness. Approved institutions or entities under the microfinance service include House of Representatives, Liberian Senate, General Services Agency, Financial Intelligence Unit, and General Auditing Commission. Others include Governance Commission, Cooperative Development Agency, Ministry of Gender, Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, National Public Health Institute of Liberia, National Port Authority, Group of 77, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Our construction services include the construction of residential and commercial buildings, while the general services include apartment renter, apartment for lease, furnished apartments for short stay, general printing services, and a yard with swimming pool to host events. Bokonjida Group of Companies is located on Capitol Hill in Monrovia. For more information, call us on cell numbers 0770-520-958 or 0777 017 603, or better still 0886-622-559, or email us at bokonjida@gmail.com. Bokonjida Group of Companies. Nunde.
Wanna see all my people progress.
Rovia, oh Rovia. Yes, Rovia Logistics is back. Have you been looking for a one-stop shop to rent and hire machineries of all types? Look no further. Rovia Logistics Incorporated is the answer. Rovia Logistics has wide range of machines like dump trucks to haul your sand, red dye, crush rocks, and border rocks.
As for your construction needs, do not worry. Rovia Logistics have all sizes of yellow machines to meet your desire. They have machines like bulldozers, compactors, excavators, forest machines, backhoes, and many more.
The interesting part is you get to hire them hourly, daily, or monthly. And that's not all. They also rent pickups of all types like Toyota Tacoma, Nissan Frontiers, Ford F-250, and they are equipped with all-wheel drive options for bad road conditions. Locate Rovia Logistics Incorporated right at the corner of McDonough and Carey Streets on the Kakata Highway, Copper Farm area in Fendel, around the University of Liberia campus, or locate our head office on Randa Street.
Contact Rovia Logistics on cell numbers 0777 874 231 or 0888 726 172. You can also email them on rovialib@gmail.com.
Better still, WhatsApp Rovia Logistics on 0777 874 231 or message them on Facebook, Rovia Logistics Incorporated. Rush now for quality services at affordable prices.
Okay, welcome to the Morning Breeze right here on ABC Radio. Sorry about that. Welcome to the Morning Breeze on ABC Radio 105.1, and it's great to be back again. After that break, of course, if you want to get all of your construction materials, the best place to get them is Rovia. Go to Rovia. We have bricks for sale. If you are in Central Monrovia and you have construction works going on here in Central Monrovia, you can get to Rovia Logistics around McDonough Street. Yes, Carey and McDonough Streets intersection. You see Rovia Bricks right there. Get all your materials, building materials right there from Rovia. If you intending to do road construction works, we have heavy duty loading machines to do all of your transportation. I mean, crush rocks, sand, whatever you want to move. Rovia Logistics is available to do just that for you. Bokonjida Group of Companies. Exactly what we do is give out loans to people, and we have connections with all of the major government institutions across Liberia, and we give out loans. Of course, you get there and get to know the terms and conditions of our loan service, and we also involve into properties, real estate development as well. And so get to book on their group of companies, and you have all that done for you right here. And we are proud to be associated with Rovia Logistics and Bokonjida group of companies. Okay, so at 9:15 we usher in our guest, Honorable Dixon Sibo, who's en route, we are told. And so welcome to the program, The Money Breeze on 105.1 FM. If you are following us online, we like to say welcome to the program this morning. And today is Tuesday, the 7th day of March 2023. Okay, a big sister is watching this morning. Aaron Lucia Tober Crote is watching way there from the USA, and she says, Fidel Saydee, that voice amazed on the radio. And Philip Paswa, the great man, he says, good morning, Manager Fidel Saydee. And Michael Fast Thinking Paul says, I'm posted to listen to Honorable Dixon Sibo. All right. Let's get another comment from Shantis Morgan. Say, I'm following from New Jersey, the Garden State. All right. Okay. He says again, I'm seeing your click on that, Mr. Producer. They won't say, but let go low for drink pound. All right. Kaifa Bala says, good morning. All right. And who's there again? Mamusukula son says, following. Abraham Dollar said, good work, bro. Augustine King says, I'm watching from Duport Row. And Joseph Blackie says, I'm watching from 34th Camp Johnson Row. And let's go up again. Nana Owusu. That is very long. He says, Asunyanin, former President Muhammad is graduate. Okay. Let's disregard that. Cannot establish or authenticate what has been written there, so I cannot put it on air. All right, so that's it this morning. Keep following, share the video as well. Remember, this is a new page, this is a new program. So of course, we will have these issues ongoing. Okay, come down again, down. Okay, okay. I think those are answer this call, please. Outside, my guest is on. Well, please answer and show direction. So, okay, that's how it is this morning. And so the NPP impasse continues. And as I said, we will experience this more and more. Expect more confusion in different political parties as well. That's the game. That's how it is. As you move to election, different concerns, different interest, competing interest, people having conversations. Remember, there will be crossovers. That's one of the things you should expect. There will be crossovers. It means people will move from one party to another. Expect that one. People will move from ANC to join UP. People will move from UP to join ANC. People will move from UP to join CDC. People will move from UP to join ANC. Expect all that one there to happen. You will see all of those are happening. So brace yourself for that. Yeah, you got to brace yourself for that. You know, I mean, that's how it is. That's politics for you in Liberia. Let's see whether we can take some calls on the line. 0770-105-10. That's 0777 105-100. The lines 0555-105-100, 0777-105-100. Those are the numbers. The adjusting period is going on. I mean, expel all kind of thing and talk twisting and what have you. Those things will come. So that's it right there. So let's take this person. Good morning. I'm doing great. The name of where you come from? Let's hear you, Anthony.
Yes, you made mention of the discussion ongoing between the NPP. But then my concern has to do with this convening of a meeting. So the first question is, who has the authority to convene a meeting? Is it the chairman that called for the meeting or who? The next question is because in the discussion, one person is being expelled, which is the chairman. So if we are asking that he's expelled, and then the other senator is once it was there, or majority were in the meeting, and once you are not available as the chairman, the next person in line is to start. So was that meeting in knowledge that we're having a meeting Thursday time, or they had a meeting or noon to him that brought his
expulsion. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a great point. Yes. Yeah, you just made a great point. Yeah. So it's possible you're having meeting, you say we're not calling him, man. And that man, he wanted one man. We're not calling him, and you had the meeting and he did not show up. It's not possible for you to have had a meeting and call him and he didn't show up. If he didn't show up, you have to let us know. Let's take this person. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Hello. Good morning. You're live on the radio. Your name and where you call from? Okay. Okay. We have to let him go. Apparently he's not paying attention. Let's take another one from here. Good morning. Good morning. Uh-oh. What's going on? All right. So the lines are open 0555 105 100 0777 105 100. The numbers to call. Let's try this person again. Good morning. We gotta check this out. I don't know what's happening. So we've just been told earlier we reported that the Somalia draft traffic was okay, but we've just been told that there's a terrible traffic on Somalia draft from the Badnersville Junction getting to Jamaica Road Junction is a difficult thing. So if you are coming from that end, just brace yourself for the traffic. Good morning. Yes, sir. Your name and where you come from? Good morning. Okay. I don't know. Then I'm you. Now you call yourself over. So brace yourself for the traffic. If you're coming from Stephen Turbert Estate, if you're coming from Black Gina and coming to town via this the Somalia Drive route, brace yourself for huge traffic on the Somalia Drive road. All right, brace yourself for huge traffic. I mean, you got to prepare yourself because it's safe to move in that traffic. I'm also told on the Bourgeois Island, our guest is currently stuck up in the traffic as well. There's huge traffic on that side. So if you're running in town, don't get in car, don't get in keke. Maybe you can ride motorbike if you're not afraid to ride motorbike. But if you're using car, just know you were still on in the traffic. Yeah. The same thing to the Congo Town route. If you're coming, you use motorbike. If you got a car, just stand to stay in the traffic because I'm told it's also terrible on that side. Good morning. Sorry. Good morning. Hello. Hello. What's the problem? Stanley is not even here to look at this thing, but the lines are open. I don't know what's wrong with the line. The lines are open. You can call in. Maybe something has to be done with these lines. Every time you take a call, it drops. So that's it. That we in already. Rio Wahala. Today the new chairman of the Liberation Party, right? Liberation Party. The one that was headed by the late Daniel Cassell. It will have a new chairman on today. And who's that new chairman? Bernard Blue Benson. I'm told he will be ushered in today. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. I don't know. Okay. But that's okay. We're not taking any calls again. We're not taking any calls again. So Bernard Blue Benson, I'm told today, will be installed as the new chairman of the Liberation Party. People Liberation Party, PLP, yeah. People Liberation Party will have a new chairman on today. And the news we are hearing is potentially the PLP may enter the coalition. Potentially, the PLP could possibly enter the coalition of democratic change. That's the news we are getting. That PLP might join the CDC, the coalition. You remember Daniel Cassell had opted to contest as president. He was aspiring for the Liberian presidency, and unfortunately, he lost his life in the States. And so the party has been like that since the removal of Chairman Wilmot P. as the chairman of the party. There has not been any chairman installed. People have just been acting in the chairman capacity. So DJ Blue, who has been the vice chair for mobilization of the party, will be inducted as the chair on today. And the news that we are hearing is that PLP will join the Coalition for Democratic Change as one of the constituent parties in the coalition. So that's good news for the coalition if that happens. But our sources our sources are very right, and we have no cause not to believe that PDP will obviously enter the coalition. I'm told the program is on tomorrow. So again, we are waiting to see whether that happens. All right, like I said, we're not taking any calls again, so stop calling the feedback. Will definitely get to us. All right, so we expect to see what happens. So like I said, there will be more people crossing over from one party to another. There will be parties establishing alliances and coalitions, I mean, for the sake of the elections. Yes, that's how the political climate is like. So we just have to expect that. All right, we just have to expect that. There's this news I'm getting from my own Sino County, and I will endeavor to establish contact with 2 senators from the county on today. It's not so good in news. It's not so good in news. Resources that are meant for any county should be used, or the proceeds from those resources should be used, or the counties should benefit. And I'm told Sino is not benefiting because there are 2 individuals that are spearheading this entire syndicate. And I call it a syndicate because it has not been brought to the public glare. Any information that is not brought to the public glare, even though it's meant for public consumption, then there's an issue. So I will speak with them on today. I will speak with Senator J. Milton Tiaje, and I will speak with Honorable Creighton Duncan of this news that I'm hearing from Sino County. That's not so good. I mean, these are the leaders of our county, and if there are issues, if there's something that the county should benefit, they should be in the forefront to ensure that the county benefits. So if there are issues surrounding how, I mean, the resources are taken from there and brought and exported without direct benefit to the county, then there is an issue. And there where they will have issues with, I mean, serious issue with people like us. We can't allow that. There are other countries that have complained about their resources being exploited and without benefit. We just heard about the Western Cluster situation where people were agitating. We cannot afford to have that in Sino County. We cannot. And our leaders should be able to, I mean, take the bull by the horn, advocate on behalf of the citizens so that what is meant for the citizens are given to them. What is meant for the citizens are given to them. They cannot operate okay. We cannot operate as that. All right. We cannot. Okay. I'm told to restart the phones. We cannot operate like that. You cannot be a leader of our county and resources that are meant for the county are not benefiting the people. So again, I will speak with them today. I do not want to expand on this. Let me give them the benefit of the doubt. Let me hear from them. I mean, what are their involvements with this entire thing that we are hearing? There's a kind of sin in Sino County. For those of you who don't know, there's a kind of sin in Sino County that is been exported from the county. We have these large vessels going there and taking the sand. They are begging the sand and exporting the sand. And they say it's used for a specific purpose, but I have to establish all that. But I'm saying this to you to mean that every county that has resources must benefit from those resources. And their leaders must ensure that those counties are able to benefit. That's what it's all about. They must benefit. So Sano is of no exception. We do not want to see a protest action as we saw in Bowman County, as we saw in Grand Bassa, as we saw in Nimba and other counties that have concessions operating. So any money you're making from that same export, our people should be able to benefit. And I think that's how it should be. That's how it should be. Nobody will come and go to the people resources and it can only benefit. And the way election coming out, all the guys are looking for money. Yeah, they're looking for money. They are looking for money. So good news for the coalition. Good news for the coalition. We have to, the guys in the coalition have to be happy right now. And let's hope it's actually good news because so you're making me laugh. So that's it. So I'm then told Honorable Dixon Siva will be here shortly. So never mind, we will have him here this morning. And our first guest did not show up, but it's no problem. We are still here. So we have some papers here. Let's just review the headlines. And we have, after this program at 11 o'clock, we have the editorial review by Jackson Clay that will be coming up. And we have the New Republic newspaper here. Endorsement backfires as Nima Kwado distances itself from President Weah's Jamaica resort endorsement. Of course, I said it to you a few seconds ago, right? That there will be different groups and the confusion. And then just wait, you will see plenty of confusion. The back page of the New Republic newspaper says UL professor wants reforestation afforestation programs reinforced, says FDA should take the lead hugely. We are saddened by Liska funders' death trap on Gbapolo Road. Well, there's as residents of Bamboo Town raise alarm. All right, I mean, especially the noise I will be in a wake of his announced suspension. This is the Hot Pepper newspaper. NPP chairman writes NEC, the national, and we read you that letter this morning. Asla Mittal's Yilton Phase 2 exploration drilling progresses with excellent safety record. All right. And female entrepreneur builds modern entertainment and hotel, employs 37 Liberians. Okay, good news. The newspaper, the nation news since 1989. And it says, Koji threatened, lawyer links Councillor Verdia Costa. Oh, Koji threatened, lawyer links Councillor Verdia Costa. Whoa. Gloria Scott raises alarm, census attempt to compromise probe. Oh, MLL's Yolenton Phase 2 exploration drilling progresses with excellent safety record. Banding complaints NPP wants NEC ICNO new leadership. Teller's family speaks out, points to witch hunt. All right, that's the new newspaper. The Inquirer newspaper, I'm just rolling through because the editorial review comes at 11 o'clock. The Inquirer newspaper, from headline says, stakeholders consultation, a necessary hallmark to 2023 elections. NEC co-chair. Our campaign earnings are below which bill, says, our earnings, are below which bill, says public school teachers. And NIFA boss rally Liberians for Weah's second term. NIFA boss is Eman Glasgow. UL professor wants reforestation afforestation programs reinforced. And sometimes I wonder how these headlines come about becoming a scene. At LDC's United Nations conference in Qatar, Kemaya highlights gains in Weah's development plan. PUL Press Club former secretary wants recent results nullified. Okay, we are declared March Liberian Women's Month. All right, that's the Inquirer newspaper. The Heritage newspaper says President Weah saddened over the death of Yoram Cohen. Yoram Cohen was the founder and chairman of LISCA. LISCA is the Liberia Shipping and Corporate Registry. Okay, They are responsible for all the ships that fly our flags. All right. This one says, that's the Daily Observer newspaper. It says, Ministry of Justice seeks machine translator help in US 100 million cocaine case. Ministry of Justice seeks machine translator help in US 100 million cocaine case. The employment of a machine translator, if accepted by the judge, will immediately kickstart the trial. Is it that some of the accused do not speak English? Is that the case? We will find out on the editorial review today with Jackson Clay. A grave threat to my life. ECOWAS ambassador to Liberia alarms over death threat. Yep. We saw that letter written by the ECOWAS ambassador to the Justice Ministry. Illegal mining threatens forest biodiversity in Lofa County. Open letter to Liberia's opposition parties and candidates. A call for your collective actions to prevent any violence during the forthcoming elections. The back page of the Daily Observer newspaper says UNFPA Sweden lauded for reduction in teenage pregnancies. We as silence worrisome, says the Association of Female Lawyers of Liberia. We need you, Mr. President, to make strong public condemnations of issues of insecurity and take action on violence against women and children. All right, that's the press statement. The Analyst newspaper says NPP invokes constitution, suspends banning for violating party's constitution. But we've been following this, and like Bannon said, he's not suspended. And voter registration centers list out. NEC says phase 1 counties commences March 20th. NEC says phase 1 counties commences March 20th. I don't know what does that mean. Government officials trying to compromise murder case. Deceased Shala Musu family alleges. Asla Mitas, Yolenton phase 2 exploration drilling progresses with excellent safety record. NDC condemns attack on Justice Scott and family, cause for independent probe. All right, you will get details of all these stories on the editorial review with Jackson Clay at 11 this morning. You dare not miss it. And by the way, that will be the maiden edition of the program. So you have to tune in and follow up on those issues. Okay, so we have the statement from the letter written by the ECOWAS representative. I don't know what's happening, but sometimes these issues, when they come about, we like to be a bit more careful on how we go about them. I mean, discussing them and what have you. I want to have detail of happenings before I actually speak to them. But the ECOWAS representative actually wrote a letter to, let me bring out that letter reading. Let me bring out that letter. Okay, here is it. And Smith, I wish you could come and do this. Place it right on this screen. Smith has to do that. Place it right on the screen. Let me see it. This one I'm not seeing through. Okay, I'm sending it to you right now. But I mean, when these top officials begin to express concern about security situation, okay, when these international groups begin to express concern about their safety and security, then there is a cause for concern. Is that legible enough? There is a cause for concern. I want to read this letter for you. We're not discussing it. I just want to read it for you. For those of you who've not listened or seen the letter. Okay, I think I got it here now. Office of the Resident Representative, the President of ECOWAS Commission in Liberia, ECOWAS House, First Street, Sinka, Monrovia, Liberia. Councilor Frank Musa Dean, Minister of Justice, Payne Avenue, 14th Street, Sinka, Monrovia, Liberia, March 2023. Oh, sorry. Okay, I got it now. It says, attention to threat on my life, on the life of the ECOWAS resident representative in Liberia. I bring you compliments from the Resident Representation Office of ECOWAS Commission in Liberia. I write to bring to the ministry's attention a social media comment made by an individual on the on the Costas show on Thursday, March 2nd, 2023, where a Facebook user named Bill Cassin commented with a threat against my life. The comment stated, quote, I want Jefferson Koji to send the ECOWAS ambassador 6 feet. Then the international community will wake up, unquote. Attached herewith is a picture of the said comment. The above statement is considered a grave threat to my life, raises serious security implication for both the person of the resident representative and staff of the ECOWAS Resident Representation Office. Accordingly, I request that the Ministry of Justice kindly takes steps to investigate this matter and assure you of my cooperation in this regard. I look forward to your urgent attention to this threat on my life and possible security implications for ECOWAS staff in the Resident Representation Office here in Liberia. Honorable Minister, please accept the assurance of my highest regard. Sincerely yours, Josephine Nkrumah, Resident Representative ECOWAS, and the Minister of Foreign Affairs have been CC'd on this communication. But again, this is what we've always spoken about, the need for the responsible use of social media. There is absolutely no cause to, write some of the things that we write on social media. And maybe we are a culture to it in Liberia, but clearly the misuse of social media, and I don't know whether this is a fake account, it's possible for this individual to be traced. But these kinds of utterances, especially at international persons who are making representations on behalf of governments and institutions, they are the ones who, to a greater extent, have been aiding us in our recovery process. Now, when John Brown goes on social media and writes and threatens the life of this lady, what is she to expect? What kind of support do you expect her to give Liberia? ECOWAS herself, what kind of impression do you want her to have about the government? Because these things do not just have repercussions on the individuals that write them. It has a far-reaching effect on the country as a whole. And this is something that people don't understand. Everything that you ink on social media, especially in these times, realize that people's lives are at stake. We are already in a volatile security situation. And clearly, this is what we have now. We have a situation where Liberians have to protect themselves. Yeah, you have to protect yourself. So if these situations keep existing, and in the wake of that, somebody gets up and writes on social media, oh, we want the ECOWAS. And in fact, this person is indirectly accusing Mayor Jefferson Koji of being someone who murders, which is also grave. Which is also grave. To accuse someone of murder, you must have substantial evidence. To tell me, say, Fidel, you don't want to kill the person. Taking away a person's life is not as easy as you getting a bottle candy from the cookies jar. It's not that easy. So when you accuse anyone of doing such, you should have evidence, hard evidence, to substantiate that claim. Other than that, you will be leading yourself into trouble. So I think the Ministry of Justice has to investigate this, because this has an implication on the lives of these people, as stated in that letter. We don't know the capacity of the person who wrote that. We don't know what capacity the person has. So you don't overlook these things. There have been instances of armed robbery all across this country, everywhere. There's armed robbery. And these things are not things that you don't know about. You are aware. We will find a time here to talk about some of those things that we believe the police should be doing. If there are capacity issues, it's important that the police inform the public You know, everybody trying to protect somebody. So sometimes those things that are lacking but so the only thing we'll do now, we'll be blasting the police. If you got capacity issue, you will let us know. Other than that, we feel you are well capacitated and you have the manpower, you have the logistics to deal with these issues. Your inability to deal with them, we will consider that as you not having the manpower capacity. Not that you don't have the manpower strength, but you don't have the capacity. The idea to have these armed robberies and things around this country to improve the security situation of the country. We'll talk about them. Maybe that's the time they will come to the fore and allow us know exactly what is happening within the LMP. Because if I give you a responsibility and I do not empower you to execute your responsibility, is as saying that go outside and make yourself vulnerable. So if police officers are vulnerable in the night because they do not have logistics, then we in the public should be in the know, so that as we sit behind these microphones, we will be able to inform authorities that these people are lacking these materials and so they cannot implement. So the fault is not on them. That's what you need to do. So, I mean, if you have international people and all crying, think about we the planning. Why would not cry? We the planning, we will cry. So we cannot allow this country to be as volatile as it appears to be, because there's a capacity issue, either logistical capacity or personnel capacity. Those things have to be addressed. As we move into elections, we are coming into a critical period, a very critical period. And we have to ensure that this country is safe. There will be agitations. There will be people all over. I mean, violence will be all over. So the police has to be on top of our game to ensure the place, Liberia, is safe. If there are capacity issues, we have to know. So then we inform appropriate authorities. So without time to waste, our guest is already in studio. Of course, like I told you, the issue of traffic is all over. Plus, maybe he was trying to locate the station, which also became an issue. But thankfully, we do have him in studio now, always willing to talk to his people. And somebody went on one of the posts I read. They say, you you're just looking for all kinds of ways to get a message to talk again. All right, but Honorable Dixon Sibo, okay, folks, Honorable Dixon Sibo is in studio right now, and again, Honorable Sibo, good morning. It's great to have you on this morning. I put the volume of this thing up, and you will hear us. It's great to have you on the morning breeze this morning. You have the volume. It should be up now. If not, then try the other headphone. It will work. Of course, it should work. My producer is trying to sort out things, but the morning breeze is right here on ABC Radio 105.1, and today is the second edition of the program. Just tune that stuff up a bit, and he will get us. Okay, good. All right, Honorable Dixon Sibo is in studio this morning, beating the traffic, by the way, to be here as early. Good morning, Honorable Sibo.
Good morning. Good morning. It's an honor to be. I think it's my first time in your studio.
Yeah.
I don't remember whether I interacted with you for the past 4 or 5 years or so on radio.
Sure.
It's a great thing to be in your studio, and I'm honored.
Okay. And how is district number 16?
Well, district number 16 is on the go. You know, I was coming listening to a few of your you're saying that when we shall have entered the political year, the election year, there'll be movements and realignment, alignment. So all of those things are also happening at the district level. So we are pretty good. We are focused on ensuring that we give massive awareness to how people can be registered, because again, for your voice to be heard, you must be registered. So through our district, we have got awareness placards around, encouraging people to be registered. By and large, we are sitting pretty good.
And you think the feedback from seeing these samples in the district unit result?
Well, until the registration process starts, we're just going to be hoping that people adhere to all of the awareness messages. so that they get registered. Because again, like I said, for you to vote, you must firstly be registered. We have gone through the district considerably. There are 27 communities, and we managed to have completed between 15 and 16 the last time we were doing our district tour.
Okay.
And from the indications we are having, we are in a very good position to retain our position as representative of the district.
Okay. So what's the state of the district as it is now since you're going to the leadership?
Well, you see, normally I like to tell people that we do self-assessment or self-appraisals, but also we allow the public to appraise us. And for the past years, the appraisals we've received from independent, and I use the word independent underline and in quotation, people, we've noted that we've done well up Capitol Hill and our promises we've made to our people. We've not done 100% of the things we've planned to do, but considering where the district was and what was achieved in 12 years under the last representative, comparing that to the 6 years we've gone, I think we score A++.
Okay, that's good. So what were those issues that the district was confronted with that you've addressed over this period?
Okay, so one big issue that again we are grateful in our workings along with the president office of the government of Liberia entirely is the issue of erosion. You know that for the past 30 years we have suffered from erosion. As a matter of fact, well, lately under Madam Salu's government, the D2 High School was already threatened, which is the only public high school we have in our district, was threatened to be carried by the ocean. But through our intervention and work from the government of Liberia, today we can safely say that the coastline is safe considerably. As we speak right now, the last portion of the work is being done, completed. That is between the Florida and to Lagoon Belt going towards the St. Paul River. So that's a big accomplishment that we've made, considering the fact that many houses have been carried away by the ocean. Again, today as we speak, there's a brand new Douala market that was constructed in collaboration with the Japanese fund, and we also putting money in the budget to get that structured done.
The critics have always said it is the president's project.
No, so maybe they don't understand what our work is. Our work is to ensure that projects are done, and we can also ensure we put money in the budget. So, like normally I said, on our last administration, the last representative, he always boasts of doing the road between Nikuta and Douala. As if it is his own money. He also boasts of doing the town hall, and all of those monies go into the budget. Our work is to ensure that the monies go into the budget and they are done. So if you can, at one point in time, say last representative a piece of road that did not use 1 cent of his own monies, and you say our own project is the president's project. So I mean that's hypocrisy. I'm not going to go into the detail of that. So Douala Market is also done and completed. As we speak right now, there is a police station, of course, in Seaport Bridge. For decades and decades, they have rented one small place as a police station. Today, that police station is done and completed. As we speak today, through our partners, the UNICEF and the Ministry of Gender, there is a resource center that is done and completed in the Lagoon Belt. We also renovated and brought to standard the market in Sumatra. Today, from the past 5 years, Fidel, we have spent pretty close to 25 million Liberian dollars ensuring that people go to school year on year. As we speak today, our this year budget for our scholarship program is around 6.7 million Liberian dollars, and we've consistently done that for the past. No representative candidate or somebody who's been represented before have achieved such greatness in terms of ensuring that more and more people go to school. So again, in the past 5 years, and we don't want to go to the nitty-gritty. Of course, there are many women who have gotten monies to do business. Our records shows that we've done pretty close to 150 different women in different areas who have gotten monies to go to enhance their business capacity. And so again, considering what was done in the past 12 years to what we have done now, it can be measured on a scale of 1 to 10. The last 12 years is at 2, and our 5 years is at 10 already.
Now, one of the projects you made mention of is the police station. There's been contention as to the amount that was spent on the building of that structure. some places that you said 40,000, 45,000. What is the right amount that was used on that project?
People who have not built before, when they speak about building issues, sometimes, especially if the person is not analytical. So somebody may have not built before, but if the person is analytical, they will know where to go. So we had thought that we could use just 20,000 to build that structure. When we broke ground, we said we use between 20 and 25,000. Now the first statement we made in the presence of the police IG, his deputy was there at the time. But when the construction started, when the prints were being done,
so the initial decision was, the initial thought was ill-informed.
Well, ill-informed from the perspective that we had already envisioned that we're going to do a 2-bedroom police station. Two.
As it went on, there was expansion.
Exactly.
Okay.
So offices expanded to 5. Cells expanded to 3. Bathrooms expanded to 2. So when you are doing construction, when the work expands, of course it's going to expand along with it. Beyond that point, we had to work along with the folks to ensure that there's almost a dump site. We had to have extra funding to clear dump sites and all of that. So people who thought that we were just building police station just to build any structure, they felt that we were overstating. As a matter of fact, just at the last minute of the opening of the police station, we had to get in touch with Oniyama and his Moro Brewers, and they spent pretty close to 6,500 to give us all the structures that we have in the building. And so people who don't know think that when you say they cost 45,000, they thought we're talking about mortar and bricks. They don't know that we're talking about all of the things that are associated with making to operationalize the police station. And so again, our total cost is a person with 45,000 will work towards
45,000. What kind of
and I'll tell you the source. I'll tell you the source. 30,000 of that came from this engagement that we always talk about, the engagement. 6,500 came from the source of Oniyama, and the rest came from our personal resources.
How many fiscal years for the legislative engagement?
Well, we have had to. The first one was used for D2A upgrading of D2A structure in terms of painting, and then
which also had controversy as well.
No. So we are not worried about the controversy. The one we do,
you are accountable to the people.
Of course, yes. So again, I've always been on record as one of the representatives who will always come and say, "This is what I received from this engagement, and these are the interventions I have done." You may not be satisfied. You may raise your own issues, but at least until we get to the nitty-gritty of an audit, you cannot say that we have not done the things that we said we have done.
Are you doing all these projects in consultation? I don't know whether it's the right word with the District Development Council.
So the tenure of our district, a couple of things happen, and people who are not aware sometimes they just talk. So we constitute our District Development Council, which tenure ended in 3 years. As at the time that tenure ended, we were plunged into COVID.
Okay.
You understand? And so since that time, the county as a whole have not met, because the county will meet for the sitting, and then subsequently the district will meet for its sitting. All of those things have not been done.
What has stopped the county from meeting?
Well, we can get to the details of that. Maybe you need to talk to the caucus chair and also the superintendent. But beyond that point, we have not been able to bring back together our district council, and so we have done most of our work by ourselves.
So this would mean that the district councils are not existing in other districts as well.
In almost all of the districts.
Okay.
In almost all of the districts. I can say that for a fact.
Okay, so the improvement, of that facility, or this construction of that facility, has it brought any kind of security relief to the people of the district?
Yes, Fidel.
Okay.
Yes. So those who plow that road at late hours now, they are assured that there will be a massive, as a matter of fact, because of the size of the police station, more police officers have been assigned.
Okay.
And so security has been beefed up. And also, because of that police station, the police have already worked and to ensure that there is a street light in that area also. And so most of the guys who were doing malpractices between the Island Clinic road on the Island Clinic road, that has reduced tremendously.
Okay.
We are not just working along with that police station. As a matter of fact, we just work along with the police station. There's one in Nigutown.
Okay.
And we've made sure that we give them some upliftment in terms of painting. We are working along with them to do their bathrooms and everything else, because again, that's the first zone. Before that zone is zone 2. So we are working along with them to ensure that all of those things are done. that will help to beef up the security in our area.
That's for security. Let's get to health. The major health center in District 16 is Redemption.
Yes.
There's always been this cry for budgetary support.
Yes.
And you've been accused of being that person who has brought down the budget of Redemption.
So I normally hear Honorable Ford make this assertion. I didn't want to get to him today because I think he needs some rest because he's been having some serious tension by himself. But people don't understand what goes into budget preparation. Okay. And I've said this time without numbers. There are assumptions that are made when the budget is being produced. So before 2017, before we came up, the assumption behind Redemption budget was that Redemption will use pretty close to 1.5 million to run their generator.
Okay.
Electricity. You know that when this government came into being, one of the first things that we were stranded, of course, as a matter of fact, we have pretty close to nothing to operate with. And so we started looking at all of the budget line critically. And one of the things that we realized or we came up with is that, look, let's move all government institutions fully on LEC.
Okay.
Now, so if the assumption of the 1.5 million additional Redemption budget
included electricity
was meant for running generator, if Redemption was being moved to LEC, do you think that we shall be giving them the 1.5 million? No, that would be double checking in because we pay for your LEC because that same amount is paid to LEC. If you look at the government pay expenses, you will find out that every year government pays almost 7-8 million to LEC for all of its structures that are benefited directly from LEC. And so that 1.5 million is within that also honor Redemption. So it did not make sense. You do not do double checking when you do expenses issues in financial management. And that was the real reason why Redemption was reduced. A year 4, normally we tell people that he carried Redemption budget to 2 million. Never has that happened. What happened at the time was the assumption, because I sat at the Ministry of Finance, I was in the seat also carving the budget at that time. So you cannot be telling me something I know more about. It was squarely because of the situation that existed at the time. Redemption have some issues, and I'm raising them with the Ministry of Health. Some of the issues that Redemption had that they discounted in their engagement was that, look, Redemption will also be supported by different small projects. People gave additional money for drugs, additional money for food, and they did not consider it when these new assumptions were being made. And so in the last budget, we made a case with the Ministry of Health and our colleagues on the budget to give additional 400,000 for the purpose of staying for medication and for food, so that Redemption budget goes up. But all of these things, when you say it, somebody like for who doesn't understand anything about financial management goes on radio and claims that he carried Redemption budget to 2 million. No, he did not. For you to carry an institution budget to 2 million, so maybe it came at 1 million. You must have gone in the budget room, because the budget book will come and say that 1 million from the draft budget.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, when the R10 gets to 2 million, then it makes sense for you to say that you carry. No, but you have never. The budget assumption that came with Redemption at the time came with the assumption that we will have to pay 1.5 million for electricity in terms of running generator. And so it was not you, because you did not understand the budget assumptions. You claiming that it was because of you it was done.
So can we clearly say that the claims raised by authorities at the Redemption Hospital of the existing problems that we have now are all factual?
I do know. I sit on the board of Redemption. I do know today that in the last budget hearing issue, I've heard us. I made a case with the Ministry of Health. What is your priority in terms of hospital, in terms of capacity? And the Ministry of Health, in the presence of the minister herself and the controller, said JFK and then Redemption in terms of workload. So then I posed the question to them. So why are you giving Redemption the amount of money that you are giving Redemption? Because the budget comes from the executive. Why are you doing that? They could not answer. And it was based on that, in our budget room, we chose to give additional funding to Redemption, because again, Redemption takes the second largest load when it comes to dealing with health situation in the country.
Okay, that's good. That's on the side of health. So we can say that frantic efforts are being made to ensure that Redemption goes back to where it should be.
And that's why you need to have people who understand how governments run and how financial management works. because they will be able to tell the people the real truth and not to be second guessing.
Let's go to education. We have the Detour High School in Nikutown, a public high school. I think the only public high school on Bourgeois Island. The good thing, it falls in your district. What level of support are you given to Detour?
Look, Detour, like any other, as a matter of fact, Boson has just been
elevated high school.
You're right. That's a second. One of the things that we've done with the Ministry of Education is to transition to do vocational also.
Great.
So that is already worked on the ministry. The last update was that fundings were already acquired, and then Detour, like any other high school, government high school, will be moving up towards vocational and technical issues as time goes by. But I'm not only worried about redemption right now. I'm worried about ensuring that in our district, because redemption even takes low from different areas, we need to push another high school to high school. And the only other school that we are working with the Ministry of Education to make sure it goes to high school is going to be St. Paul Bridge Elementary and Junior High School.
Okay.
You understand? Because if we don't do that, redemption gets overburdened.
Detour, that is.
Detour gets overburdened. And then a lot of the folks now will be coerced to either go to private school, which will ensure that some of us have to raise money for additional scholarship. But if we took St. Paul Bridge to high school, it will solve the problem. What we need to do there is in our next engagement money, because of course, evidently I'm going to be the representative in 2024. In our next engagement money,
we'll come to that discussion.
In our next engagement money, we want to ensure that we begin to erect an annex on that campus that will push the school up to a high school.
How far are those negotiations?
Of course, we have had the negotiation. The Ministry of Education is on board. Funding is going to be an issue, and that's why we are saying in our next engagement funding, the first thing we're going to be doing is to be able to bring ground for that high school, that annex to be lifted, that will have the capacity to host Simple Bridge to high school level.
Sanitation is an issue in your district.
We have always,
and I've witnessed campaigns you've done in different communities. Are those engagements still ongoing?
There is a year-to-year situation. Thankfully, again, Onyama is doing a pharmaceutical factory on the Corway Road. And because of that, he has signed some agreement along with us and the communities that year in year he will provide some money. So he does, I think, between 4,000 to 5,000 according to his records. But I have to validate that from the community to help to clean up. But not just that community, all of the communities along the way. As we speak right now, there's an old man who's leading his own process. Yesterday, we were able to give him more materials. He started cleaning more than a month ago. He's cleaning between Detour to as far as Funde going to Lagoon. You understand? But guess what? Our people need to be conscientized that during the dry season, you need to clean the drainage and maintain it to be clean. But why is the old man who I just spoke to a few days ago and yesterday I delivered to him some cleaning materials, is doing that work day in, day out, in the night? People in the community put die back in the drainage.
Wow.
So what do you expect? We will provide logistics, we will provide all the materials you need to continue to clean our drainage, but you yourself need to take action that it must be intentional that you will keep your environment clean. And so in terms of sanitation, we're working along with different communities in cleaning the drainages and in some areas making sure that they have latrines built.
Maybe you need to invest some money in publicity so as to help in educating your citizens on these issues.
I cannot agree with you more. I think it makes a lot of sense, and so we'll take cognizance of that.
Okay, now let's go to politics in District 16. 2023 is already here, and Honorable Dixon Sibo is seeking re-election. On what basis?
Work, Fidel, work. Look, Fidel, and you and few of your colleagues are not just the regular talking. You guys investigate also. So, on the last 12 years, 2 projects were done by the former representative. 2 on the last 12 years. And the only other thing that he did for himself, which I could have done, is to build his own university. That's what he calls development in 12 years.
It seems to me you are using him as a standard for doing what you do.
So, for me to say Fidel failed, I must be picking him with something. The things that he said he would do and measuring against somebody who was in the position. So even if that guy made 30,
yeah,
and I made 50, relative to him, I pass.
Frankly.
Yeah. So maybe the passing grade will be 70 or 80, but the fact that he made 30, and you want to assume that no, you didn't make 80, but relative to him, I made 60, I pass. You understand? But I have not just sat there. So in the past 5 years, we've done more than 6, 7 different projects compared to 2 in 12 years. In the past 5 years, we've sent children to school amounting to 25 million. That has never been done before in our district. In the past 5 years, more than 150 women have received direct cash to do investment in their businesses. In the last 5 years, many other institutions have received different amounts doing projects in the area, ranging from road. In the past 5 years, we've affected almost all of the roads. We've done Momotown Road, East and West. We've done Island Clinic Road more than 3-4 times. We've done Zumatown Road more than 2 times. We've done Lagoon Road. We've done the Point 4 Road. We have record. So our critics will say that, oh, it's a CDC dominated district, and so you only run on CDC. No, we don't run on our parties. In fact, we enhance our party's popularity. So what we've done is not to sit down and put our hands between our legs and claim that, oh, maybe 2023 we'll get on the party ticket, then people will vote for CDC in the district and over. No, we have got records of performance, and I have not brought something to your attention. All the things we're talking about scholarship, we've not mentioned people who are in college.
You also have scholarship.
Oh yes, oh yes. Semester after semester, almost 20 to 30 young people receive part of their scholarship fees from us semester after semester. I did not mention also that just in last year, this same year last year, we did a beauty pageant that produced a beauty queen for a long time that has not been, but for the first time, she took a car. She took a car for her price, and we did not stop there. She is going to school on our office for a semester because of her talent that she produced. This first runner-up went to Ghana, and today again, she stands to benefit scholarship for a semester in a school that she goes to. So we are not saying that we are going to be winning because, of course, evidently, we've performed from the party level, so we'll be on the party ticket, but we have records of performance in terms of that we can use the word tangible, tangibility.
Now, it appears to me in CDC, not everyone agrees with you. The fact that a man from the CDC, Samuel Weah, wants to unseat you or discontinue your leadership of the district.
So our party is a democratic party.
Okay.
I unseated someone. I went to a primary and I won 4. And he got disenchanted. He ran by himself. So anybody has the right to want to unseat any CDC person. As a matter of fact, in our party, and we're going to be changing the dynamics in this campaign. That a lot of people who don't understand feel that you can vote for the president and don't vote for the legislature, you is still good. For our president to leave a legacy, because this tenure is his legacy tenure, the next one. For him to leave a legacy, we must have at least 40 CDC lawmaker in the House of Representatives and at least 16 in the Senate.
But that's why they say normally you who are contesting for these seats right on the presidency.
No, it's not right on the presidency. How will you say that? But so did I sit home? Did I sit home when I won the primary in 2017? I sat home and crossed my leg and wait for the president to come from the win? No, I engaged every community from day to day, campaigning massively to win. After I have won and I'm in the representative, am I sitting down panel? No, I'm making a case every day for my community and doing interventions in every respect. From big projects, I did not even count the houses that we did there. Fidel, how can you say I'm waiting for my party? Of course, I will be on my party's ticket because we are clear for the direction in which we want to go, and I will win again. But I will not just be winning because I own the party ticket. I'll be winning because I got record of performance.
So,
and I want anybody who is running against me to challenge my record. Is it not true that we have spent 25 million for school fees? Is it not true that it is now houses in Simple Bridge? It is not true today that the ocean is being blocked by on us. It's not true today you have Douala Market. It's not true today you have a police station. Tell me something that is not that is untrue.
When you won the primaries in 2017, there was no footprint of your you had no footprint in District 16. Am I right?
No. I had
footprint in terms of projects, like what you are doing now.
Yes, I had.
So is it also safe to?
Yes, I had.
Okay.
Yes,
go
I
ahead.
had. So today, our district in 2014, our district was recognized as the best organized district in terms of fighting Ebola. You know what, the brainchild? I was not only the brainchild, I sponsored that team consistently until Enfield came on. That was one of the biggest marks I had. Before 2017, I'm on record from the level of the federation to different institutions. I have supported kids in school year on year. Before 2017, when I served in government and in customs and other places, there are people who on record who come from Nikuta who have lives have changed because of my intervention. So I have record.
Let's move ahead.
Yeah.
Does Samuel Weah pose any threat to you?
No one.
He's strong. He's young. He's energetic.
No one. Again, listen to me. Let me be emphatic. Our party is structured such that people who have grown sufficiently, who have got records, will unseat other people who have grown equally.
What does that mean?
CDC are not just looking to change four.
What does that mean?
Listen, CDC are not just looking to change four. They were looking to change four based on to have someone who can be measured to fall considerably. You understand me? So somebody who got abilities and potential equal to or greater than force. CDC don't just change people. So I'm not worried. And I don't want to drag man.
And four is coming back.
Four is I like to be careful talking about because I respect seniority. Who does so who come from the we can bring seniority to time. 4 is dead walking. Yeah. The first thing is he has an institute he has to pay attention to.
Okay.
His college. And he thankfully for him
he can find another administrative head.
Thankfully for him, monies that I'm using now to send people to school, he decided to use his to be his college, which is good for him. He got a PhD in education. So he can continue in that line. For him to shift his attention from that good university to say he want to get in politics, to get divided, he will do two things. One, he will get broker. He will get broker.
Broker in terms of
what? No, not broken. Broker.
Oh, broker.
Yeah,
oh.
He already broke.
Yeah.
He will get broker. The first thing, because it means that the monies that the school can use to run, he will transition it into
politics.
To politics.
What are you worried?
I'm just saying fact.
Are you cautioning him?
I am wanting to be a good small brother, but a good representative on his behalf. So somebody like people, if I have to worry, if you go into the elections, you gotta worry about your opponent and respect them also. But to say I'm afraid, no, I'm not afraid.
Bishop Konto.
These are people who have been around, who you gotta pay attention to. So Konto has a school, Konto has a church. Am I worried about him? No. Am I respectful of the fact that he's going to be running and he's somebody who's a potential threat? Yes.
So is Robert Tier, the man who came second to you in 2017,
consistently coming second. So these are people. Am I afraid of them? No. Am I worried about them? No. I know in the back of my mind that I have to be careful because they pose a threat. Posing threat does not necessarily mean that afraid or you are worried. You understand? Now, not many people will understand that. Yeah, you can pose a threat to me. Does that bother me?
You recognize the threat, but you're not worried about the threat.
Exactly, because I'm not sitting down. None of them combined, all of them combined, have not done any intervention I've done in the past 5 years. All of them combined. So again, let me be clear. Besides the resource issue that 4 may have, he's a big brother who we respect.
How do you know he has resources?
Because I know.
How? You've not seen his bank account.
The society is small. We know. It's the fact that you were represented, but after 3 years of being represented, your car glass can go again. It you got issue with gas.
All right, see, well, let's move.
So you ask me, I won't go deep into the that. I'm respectful of the fact that he has a chance to get involved, which is good, but also knowing him and the fact that we have shared a lot of things before, I would think it would be disingenuous, not to him, but to the institution, the university.
So you are fronting for his institution now.
Institution survivability hangs on his quest to come into this thing.
Well, but see, well, let's move forward. I remember some time ago you initiated a project. I don't know how far is the project now. The bridge from a central that connects central Nikutown to Allen Clinic.
So my man, 40 they wanted to work. Is that easy?
Yeah, but it working? Is it working?
So they see that when I do the other one straight, then the budget is on to go. But this is what we've done.
Okay.
In this budget that we are discussing, that is about to be passed, the Ministry of Public Works is doing to bridge the bridge to bridge, and that project is within it. Because when they are doing the bridge to bridge, there will come a time that you have to divert the traffic.
Detour.
Yeah, so the detour is eventually going to go through that Allen Clinic to Nikutown. So again, we are hopeful, and we hope that the project can get on speed a little bit more so that that can be completed. Another thing that we are doing that we've initiated and the president has called and even consented that it's going to be lifted on the list of projects is D12 field. D12 field for some time now. We've been negotiating with LFA. Things have been back and forth for us to cap it D12 fee because of course D12 fee is the best, has been the best soccer field in our environment, but it made sense for us to cap it. Thankfully, the president saw me doing some intervention in terms of putting some dirt and leveling, and he called Honorable Chukongpui, who is responsible for most of the project, and the Minister of State with our portfolio. And so, right after doing Claratan, G12 is going to be on the burner, and we are hoping, because we want to do our district league that leads to the formal opening of campaign somewhere around August, depending on when that field is completed. But again, that's another project that is on the front burner and is going to be done also.
Wow, two great projects, and I hope they come through. Your confidence level, and I have to say this, right? There's this confidence level about you that I have not seen in a very long time. To in a clever way subordinate for Robert T. Conto. There's something that speaks to your confidence level. What is driving this confidence?
So let me just say again, I'm not subordinating them in any way. I respect them. They are serious people who are going to be going through the process. In the case of four, again, I'm giving you a brotherly and friendly advice because it's going to disenfranchise the students from going to school shortly. But to be confident, it got to be based on the work you have done. And like I said, Fidel, I've listed tons and tons of things that I have done in the past 5 years. This is the 6th year, and I'm calling on my critics and all my antagonists, those who want to run against me, to question whether these things are saying they are true. For someone to claim, like someone claim that, oh no, the president project, because the way you want to interpret it, the president does not take money from in his bedroom to go and do those projects. What the president does is, one, we make contacts with our partners through the office of the president, which is very, very good. But in the process, we have to rectify some of the things that they have to
those partnerships.
Yes, we have to rectify it, and that's my work. Secondly, we have to find gap in terms of the funding. So, take for example, in case of dollar market, we did not get all the funding we wanted to complete dollar market, so we have to put it in the budget to do it. Who puts it in the budget? That DWC and his colleagues on Capitol Hill. So if you don't understand, that's why we don't bring kicks to the Capitol building. We have to bring level-headed people so that they understand the difference between our work and their work. So my confidence level is at this height because of work that I have done. There are kids today. One kid started saying, Honorable Sibo, you don't know me, you don't know Mama, but because of you, and I think we're high school. In 5 years of my time, he was in 7th grade. He consistently stayed on my scholarship. He has completed high school. So I got him written on the wall, which is clear. So again, my confidence is based on the work we've done.
Okay. Now, I don't know, but for some reason, you've reposed confidence in the lady that was crowned as your district queen. And she made representation at an occasion. these things are read. I don't know what sort of confidence that you have in her to
No,
represent you.
so when you see there are talents in young people in this country, and people try to bury them sometimes. A lot of people see when you say beauty pageant, it's not just to pass around and be ball rocking and all that.
By the way, there were critics when you hosted the beauty pageant.
There will always be critics, because they empty. Because empty journey can make too much.
You will need their votes though.
No. The critics we're talking about are not people who are wanting to be rational. I need every vote. As a matter of fact, I meet you all the world to all the men. You put me on work banner. So I'm begging for a vote now. Let's say that way. But that's the point I'm trying to make, Fidel. Pageantry is not just about showing your beauty. Pageantry is about showing your eloquence and everything else. So one of the things we're clear about is that the one who becomes our queen will ensure that from time to time we send you to represent us on different occasions. So what we had to do to that young woman, we just told her, this is the function you are going to, this is the topic they want to talk about, go and do everything. I didn't write anything. She just went and she spoke by herself. That is the level of confidence and the level of strength our young people have, and we must utilize.
Let's just skim on the national level a bit. We go to elections this year.
We are winning first round.
First round.
Yes.
Another confidence again.
We are winning first round.
With or without an opposition collaboration.
No, we are not worried about formation.
Okay.
Their formation. When Real Madrid plays Barcelona and we want to win, we're not worried about how they come in on the field. We worry about how we go on the field. So I'm saying to you, we are not worried whether they collaborate or not. What we are doing, we are remaining focused on our strategy to win first round. And a lot of pundits can say, you just want to make big news. No. When you do the surveys, there are a series of surveys that have been done from county to county.
By whom?
By different institutions, private institutions.
Hired by the government.
No. Well, hired by government, hired by private institutions. I said there are different surveys that have been done. And all of them have proven that the president can win on the first ballot. Does that mean he will definitely win? We are saying, based on what he has done, there is no county, Fidel, that has not tested something in terms of some development from this presidency in the past 5 years. There is no county.
You think so?
Just tell me a county. There is either a hospital, a school building, a market, some road being paved. Every county has been affected. For a long time, that has not happened. So we are not just second guessing. We're not just sitting in Morovia, because Morovia is the hub of intellectualism. People can rationalize and start. Oh, no. One thing I know is sure here. With our president on the ticket again, we are sure to get between 40-45% here. We have always gotten up to 40%. But mind you, at the time, he has not performed. The performance level that he has gotten right now gives me the urge that we can, even in Monserrato, we can get up to 45%. If we do that, trust me, we will win on the first ballot, 50+1.
The odds that are against the government, first of all, especially has been proffered by those from the opposition, is that the living condition, the security situation in the country, they're not cool.
So Fidel. So to say living condition, you need to compare how the living condition was yesterday.
Comparatively in your district, how is it like?
What do you mean? Today in my district, there are a lot of people who were paying school fees. They're not paying school fees because they're doing intervention. I like numbers. I've used 25 million that was not used from an individual before in the past 5 years to pay people school fee. You know what it means? I have reduced expenses of parents across the board by 25 million. You get the point I'm making?
So let's do the reverse. Let's do the reverse. What if those parents could, they are placed in the position of being able to afford
were they in a position before?
Of course not.
No, they were not in a position before. So once we try, mind you again, and that's why the critics can say that we brought both salary down. You see? So did we increase the wage bill in terms of, the number of people to work in government? Yes, we did. Because as a new government, most of our colleagues, everybody wanted to work. So we put more people to job.
Even without capacity.
Somebody can argue. No, we can argue the capacity issue. We can argue the issue about the oversizing of the general staffing. There are two different issues we can argue. But let me argue from my perspective. I'm saying to you, those people who were employed, they were not employed yesterday. So they carrying wages home. You understand? Why hurting my colleagues on the other side who can think at my level is the fact that we all agree that wage is always moving upwards, should always move upwards. But with wages that you get towards your colleagues, you and the person are the same level,
disproportional.
Exactly. Then it means that it's not fair. So for most of them, they came from 2,000 brackets. The new wage they put into 800. To lose 1,200 of your amount, and you got the ability to talk on radio and to talk in the public, you can cause more noise than 20,000 people who got some money to them. You understand? So again, when you say the living condition, we got more people employed today than were employed yesterday. Whether you want to accept it or not, that's a fact. That's a fact. You say there has not been new direct foreign direct investment, but we have signing a lot of companies coming in. So if a company comes in, it can be based on the availability of the things they want to do. But by the grace of God, the ArcelorMittals of the world, they are still here. The Western clusters are still here. Different companies are here. They are doing well. In my view, I still think they can do more, because I'm not saying the relevant taxes that I want to see in terms of contribution, but mind you now, they got to be able to come to profitability level before they start making paying taxes. So I'm just saying to you, today in Bapolu County, there's a hospital there. It means that living condition will improve. Those who used to ride from Bapolu to come to Redemption, they will stay to Bapolu to be in hospital. You understand?
Okay.
And so I can go from county to county, county. Are we at the level we want to be? No. Are we making strides to get there? Yes. And that's why it is important for our president and our government to get a second round so that we can do more than what we have done in the first 6 rounds.
Honorable Dixon Sibo is representative of District Number 16 in Montserrat County. I would have loved an extended, debate on this issue, but of course, because of traffic, he came late. We have gone.
So don't worry about all of the politics in all the other places. It will settle down.
Okay.
MPP will settle down.
MPP will settle down.
MPP will settle down.
077-105-100, 055-105-100 are the numbers to call this morning on the morning breeze. Honorable Dixon Sibo is waiting for your questions. Of course, he seemed more prepared than ever before as we enter the 2023 elections. And of course, he's here to answer your questions. Let's take this first person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Taylor, Papa,
Let's hear your teller. Okay. Thank you. Let's take this person. Good morning. Good morning. Mm-hmm. Okay. Aaron,
you want to know what?
Aaron, he wants to know the people that you say you got on scholarship. We're now on party level, but he's for the whole question. Good morning. Okay, let's take this person. Good morning. Okay, good morning. Good morning. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. Let's take another person. Good morning. Get get away from your monitor, please. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Let me first of all say good morning to the peace-loving people of the 16 and to our able lawmaker in your your Dixon Level School. You see, Fidel, the honorable mayor have laid it down, unique. You do not need a rocket scientist to tell you that honorable school is 12 years in this district. Come and take a tour in the district. You cannot take a step out in the impact of this lawmaker. How can a person go on the show and wanting to know what those that the honorable man is exist at the level of Cali and you want to imitate to party? As he is now resident of this district, you gotta be kidding me.
Okay.
And the honorable man even called no more than Alpha below. Some of us are running, he can name up to 50 persons who goes to him on a regular basis as their semester school for assistance.
Okay.
So you cannot argue the fact that honorable people have
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Let's take this person. Good morning. Yeah, 30 seconds. Good morning. I'm good. Go ahead. Your name? Go. Okay. Good morning. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Okay. That one again, Candy. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, we missed out on that one. Let's take 3 more calls. Good morning. Hello. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
I want to learn because please answer me on one question. Where do we pass to go to the house?
Okay. Oh. All right. That no question to beg here. We can pass. Good morning. Hello. Hello. Okay, let's take this person. Good morning. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Two more callers. Good morning. Too bad. Let's take this person. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Let's take this person. The last person. Good morning. Yeah, go ahead. Your name?
Yeah, Louis, that's up.
Then when we're in the middle, a whole lot of road coming from Bobok Garage on the 10th Street. After street now, people are really all this alley. What's your standpoint?
Okay, thank you, Honorable Sibyl. You can respond to.
So I will start from my friend and brother Louis. Yeah, the alley issue is very, very serious in our community. I was just in the meeting with the governor, and the governor has reiterated that his office is going to ensure that our alleys are protected. I know normally when people are looking for place to build a small house, they want to do everything to get to wherever they can get. But the governor has reassured us that the alleys are going to be protected, and so we continue to monitor and bring him to book on it. Someone raised an issue about the drugs issue. The drug issue is very cardinal in our district and in many other districts. One of the things that we've done, we've worked along with our party structure in one way to bring together. There are two basic Zogo centers in our area: the Fuel Water area and beyond the market opposite a beer factory.
Okay.
To date, we know their number. They're 943. Oh, we know the exact number.
The Zogos.
Yes, that is to tell you that we are trying to manage them to an extent that we can be able to give them opportunity. We have extended opportunity to some of them. Of course, it gotta take time for them to even agree to come there. But one of the things we've done on Capitol Hill, and I hope our colleagues in the Senate can do that quickly, is to pass the drug law. We need to pass the drug law and bring the fact that the importation of drug is going to be non-billable. You understand? I don't see reason why I should chastise someone who uses against somebody who brought it in, because the person who brought it in is more of a danger than the person who even uses it. So I just hope our colleagues who can get to that point where we can do that. But beyond that point, again, the resourcing that we've completed along with UNICEF is one of the things they're going to be doing is to be able to rehabilitate people and bring them to learning something new. So we're doing something about that. So I'm not going to mention today where do I pass or go to my house. I can pass on the road.
On the road.
It doesn't make sense. So I mean, and these are some of the people who can want to be critical. You want to be critical, you gotta be able to say something. But I know one of the things Barrio said that I want to bring it to your attention is, Barrio, you need when you have a representative who is an open person, sometimes he may not get to you directly, but he opens the avenue for you to get to him. So Barrio, the doors to my house, they are open and you are welcome on board. Join a ship that is going to be a winning ship. Do not stay in that cave you put yourself in. I give you invitation on radio, Barrio. Joshua Paul, all of them, they have said the facts of the matter. Divine Chapel, you talk about abandoned, divisive, and people need to be serious. How can you talk about divisive district when we have called all of our opponents after elections to reunite and to work together as a team? How will you talk about divisive when doing the Ebola, the Corona? We headed the team to call all of them again for them to come and be a part of it. How can you say divisive when we have people on our scholarship, in each of them who got schools in their school? We pay last time we're paying school fees to Laboratory School, we're paying more than 200,000. Bishop Kondo School, we're paying more than 200,000. For school, I don't even want to mention, because even in a college or there are kids whose school fees we pay every now and then. So what is the divisive thing? I think what people don't understand is that in politics, when you take your side, you stay on your lane, the other people who on their side stay on lane. Even though when you avail yourself or people go to canvas, they can be able to win you over. But the fact that you've not come over does not make the person divisive. And he asking about scholarship of people who are staying in school. You know what I want to tell Divan Chepo? I'm challenging him to. He will not just stay in the Bishop Kondo School, let him register for any kind and see what will not pay his school fees. There are no. There are kids who we know were against us massively. And that's why sometimes my guys can say, what are my politics that regular politics? There are people who have stood against us, who will still pay their school fees in colleges. You understand? So, and we challenge him, instead of him staying in one place, I'll go to college too, because I'm sure he's not, I want to question whether he's even in college. So if he's not in college, register this semester and come to us, bring your contribution. We'll not tell you, say, you must make 3 points before we send you to school. Because maybe you may not be able to make 3 points. But whatever you can make, we'll stay with. Othello has said that we've done our best. And so he's going to do everything to make sure that the president and myself, we are re-elected. So that's a good comment. How many laws we passed? Look, to even ask question, how many laws we passed? To pass, but the first thing I gotta do, you gotta be able to come from your house. Say, if you're gonna be asking me how many bills have I
sponsor.
Yes, a sponsor. It makes sense because to say how many bill I pass as a person, I don't pass bill. So let me just educate you first. I don't pass bill. I prefer bills, and I can name more than 10 of them. But then my house will pass it, and then we send it for concurrence. Until that is done, it is not me who passing the law. So again, he does not understand the question. But again, that's the situation. Let me end on this note, Mr. Fidel. This election year, our party, we are clear on our strategy, and we ensure that we do everything to win on the first ballot. But one of the things that we will not do, we will not make this place ungovernable. We will ensure that we work with all of the security apparatus to keep this place as safe as possible, because this is the only place that we have as a country, and there's going to be no reason why we should run ourselves from here. The time has passed. So whilst we are going to be campaigning to win, we're going to be ensuring that the security people are doing their work to make sure that this place is safe for everyone else to canvass and also win elections also.
Thank you, Honorable Sibo, for responding to our late invitation. It was a pleasure having you here this morning.
Thank you.
Well, folks, is District Number 16 Representative Honorable Dixon Sibo. He's been our guest on the last segment of the show this morning. So again, thanks for listening. Thanks to my producer, Ishmael Smith, alias Editor Smith, for sitting in here. Thanks to all of you for your listening role. Until then, do have yourselves a wonderful time.